All right, and we are live with Bloodborne. Thank you again for coming to the Tuesday night Sound Goblin Gaming stream. Tonight we're going to be playing Bloodborne. Mostly okay. I am, as always, Josh or Bograt.
And I'm Emperor Shivermaki, the best Bloodborne and Souls player in the world.
These claims are unsubstantiated.
And false. And I'm Vincent, also known as Vincent, and also amazed that I'm not the one playing the Soulsborne game for once.
And I'm Dan, also known as the Krampus, and I will be consistently challenging the fact that Mackie is the best Bloodborne Souls player.
As will your eyeballs.
This will, of course, be a no-death run.
Right up until it's a death run.
Look, we're doing a very specific subset of speedrun that is time to first death.
Oh, yes. Pale blood. This game is basically like Victorian England, but somehow better.
Yeah. No, the situation is definitely better than Victorian England, I'll give you that.
Better hats.
Definitely better hats.
Yes.
Eye care could use a little work, but better hats, definitely.
And where we're going, you don't need eyes.
Yes, you do. You need tons of eyes.
You absolutely need eyes. There's your
All the eyes.
Yes.
There's
On
your
the inside.
Bloodborne challenge run. Blindfolded. Which I'm sure someone has already done.
Okay, so we have origins here. It's kind of like your starting stats.
Yes.
You got level. That's your level. You got blood echoes. That's your experience. You played Souls games before.
Yeah. It's your souls.
Yeah. Vitality is health. Endurance, the amount of stamina you have. Strength is how hard you hit with strength-based weapons. Skill is how hard you hit with skill-based weapons. Blood and tinge is for guns. Don't ask questions.
And arcane is for spells.
And arcane is for spells. Or if you add elemental damage to your weapon.
Yes. So, to recap, vitality is for bitches. You need like 20 endurance. Pick strength or skill, you goddamn... or do both.
Do both.
As a matter of fact, pick 2 of strength, skill, blood, tinge, and arcane. Don't pick blood, tinge, and arcane. That's a bad idea.
Also, probably don't pick strength and blood tinge.
Yeah, strength and blood tinge works fine.
Kind of, but the actual weapons that use blood tinge, I think, are all dex weapons.
Technically, but you almost never use them
Or
for
skill
blood tinge
weapons.
anyways. Use the spear for the bullshit charge attack.
Bullshit charge.
And
So-
use Rider Palash because it's a gorgeous looking weapon and it kind of works okay.
So, what type of weapon do we want to use? Do you want to use more skill-based weapons, or do you want to use strength-based weapons?
Let's see. Well, I've seen you do an entire playthrough using strength, so we should probably do skill.
Let's do skill weapons.
Yep. Then it's just a matter of picking blood tinge or arcane. Or strength.
I don't think there's a skill arcane starting. That's like the closest you get.
Yeah. Which is close enough. I mean, the starting stats ostensibly matter, but not really.
I mean, really, I just need enough blood tinge to be able to use the rifle spear. And then don't care.
Clearly, the
That's
answer
true.
is to start as a waste of skin.
It could start as a waste of skin. You are nothing. Talentless. You shouldn't even have been born.
But oddly enough, are level 4.
Yep.
Thus, you cannot actually do level 1 runs.
Don't worry, we'll find true love soon enough.
The best you can do is level 4 new game plus 6 Ludwig without using the dodge button.
Them's is words you used.
Yes. That was words I used. Don't actually try this at home.
Also,
Forever.
prepare for dapper gentlemen to the maximum.
Damn straight. That's really the only upgrade I need to do.
See, unlike other people who play this game, we're not making him an unholy abomination sin against God.
Nope.
Like the last
Today.
time I played this game.
Of course, my name is Good Hunter.
Goody Hunter.
The E is
silent.
It's British.
Exactly.
They insert letters for no apparent reason.
I don't respect your silent letter
Like
theocracy.
color.
Yes, I'm well.
There are people who could have alphabet soup right now if you weren't wasting letters.
I mean, I generally agree with you. The British, while they did invent English, also abuse it like a redheaded stepchild.
So do we.
Yes, which is why neither of us should own English.
We have joint custody. We pass them back and forth every weekend.
I still think we should just adopt it out to a different country altogether. Let's go with India. India is now the official country that gets to make the official rules for English. So there's this guy. He exists for all of this cutscene.
Pretty much. I mean, there's theories on who that man is.
He's got the jauntiest of hats.
Well, clearly he's Big Boss.
He's real old Snake.
One of the theories is... so you get runes later on in the game, which give you different stat boosts. One of the theories is that is actually Carol, the creator of Carol runes.
Another theory that he's some dirty fucking hobo.
He could just be a dirty hobo who pumped me full of blood.
He at least knows how to do blood menstruation.
Also, clearly I'm tripping balls right now, because in my good Victorian England, there's no way some sort of horrible dog beast would be attacking me.
The Order 1886 begs to differ.
As does several other sources of media and video games. It's strange how this works.
Yeah. Victorian London's just riddled with werewolves.
And here's
Well, okay, these are just the street waifs. They speak in an adorable Cockney accent. They rob your pockets. They have giant
hello,
weird
governor!
hair lips. Yeah, Cockney orphans. It's a spitting image of them. You could open a dictionary or an encyclopedia. Just find the picture.
Okay, from that opening cinematic, you should know everything that's going on in this game.
I mean, you understand about as much of what's going on in this game as you will when you finish it.
Mostly yes. But you will actually go through a plot, which makes about as much sense as that did, but at least there is a plot to this game, give or take.
So I have the ability to punch.
Yes.
You have the ability to make chops.
I have the ability to
Righteous chops.
hard punch. Ultimate ability. Two-hand.
Kirk Smash. The Tiberius Two-Fist.
And that's enough of that.
Yes.
Yarnum, just like the Dead Souls, or the Dark Souls doors, are made of dwarf stars.
Those rapscallions stole my wallet!
Oh, it's Bodkins.
Yeah, so you
I
make
told
right
you
hand
they're
motion
Cockney
attacks.
thief orphans.
And the tutorial as well.
There's my roll button. That's how you lock on release. Holding down the roll button also makes you run. And there's jumping. There it is.
Yep. Jumping is a thing that exists.
Yeah, fuck you!
Yep, you got wolves. It is possible to just go all bare knuckle on that wolf.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is. It takes forever.
Just fuck that noise. Time to go!
On the bright side, you're invincible while opening doors.
Of course. Also, Victorian England has not discovered WD-40 yet. So expect every door to open like that. Oh god!
Yeah, it should be
Everything's
good
fine,
about
everything's fine,
here.
everything's... Ha! I didn't want to jump, but that's how this game works. No, you can't hit me. Pulling a lever.
the iframes.
British politeness is, in fact, built into reality itself around Yarnum. So you're busy with the lever, sir. Terribly sorry. Bloody rude of me.
Screaming in the background.
Yep.
And lighting lamp.
Oh. He actually will come up.
Yes, he will.
Oh god! Curse your text boxes!
I was gonna say you should probably light the lamp before trying to look all smug and disappear right before he hits you.
You could also waited at the top and just chopped him off the ledge.
Yeah, I could have. Where's the fun in that?
Chopping him off the ledge. make them fall.
Sure enough.
True. If.
Oh man, the Velvet Room is really downgraded.
Notably, if you die during that, you just respawn here. So
Yep.
it's one way or the other, it's about the same idea.
Yeah, you either get to that lamp and light it, or you die.
Yes.
Generally, if you're stupid trying to fight that dog, you die. We'll give him his comeuppance, though.
Only quitters run from the dog.
Probably in like 5 minutes.
Here's a doll.
That is the abandoned doll.
Yeah, someone just left a real doll in the middle of the road.
Alright, so we're doing skill. So we got this lovely cane. It's, of course, the most dapper weapon I can have.
Yes.
I don't know which one I actually want. Guess I'm technically doing blood tinge, so I'll go with pistol.
Yeah. Pistol is... I'm not sure. I could never actually figure out what the hell the difference was supposed to be between the two. The pistol is better if you're doing blood tinge, and I think the blunderbuss is considered better if you're doing...
Not blood tinge.
Huh?
Not blood tinge.
Not blood tinge. Maybe. Don't know.
So now I have my dapper cane. As you can see here.
And his dapper suspenders not actually being used at the moment.
Of course. And really the important thing about this game, every weapon changes.
Yes.
So my dapper cane is also a bitch with.
Oh. You want to kill some Draculas?
So, strangely enough, even with the Gothic horror aesthetic there, and all of the blood, there's no vampires.
No vampires, yeah.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
no vampires.
Zero vampire. Alright then.
This is
Yeah,
Garment.
this is a Dracula-free zone.
Yeah.
He's an old dude in a wheelchair. It's pretty normal.
I think it doesn't spend enough time in
Just
Gothic
kill him now
horror.
before you get to the old hunters.
Yeah.
You don't even kill him in Old Hunters. You kill him in this game.
Yeah.
Here's some background. To escape the dreadful hunter's dream, hold the source of the spreading scourge beast. Let the night carry on forever. See? Everything makes sense.
Indeed.
Sure.
So there are beasts. They're coming from somewhere. We hunt the beasts.
Yeah, and we travel through tombstones.
Well, you see, you go back and forth between the Dreamlands and places worse than the Dreamlands.
Pretty much. You know, I could just live here forever. I'll go back outside.
Sorry. Places worse than the Hunter's Dream. Pretty much everywhere else in Dreamlands is probably the worst neighborhoods in the game. Considering Yarnum is filled with, like, crazy half-beast things and that want to kill you, werewolves that want to kill you,
Yeah.
trolls that bear bricks that want to kill you, and
Yeah, so now this
other things.
This door that was in the back of the room where I initially spawned. Actually, technically it's over... So there's a lamp in here now.
Yes.
Which wasn't here before. And the door up here, that's where I spawned in. It's now a person right there.
There, yes. That you can barely see. Yusefka's another female character.
That's true.
Look, we're shoving blood into people, but we're, trying the best.
Look, she's so nice. She gave me blood.
Hope nothing bad happens to her. Like in, I don't know, a boss fight or two.
Yeah. Once you hit Odeon.
Hmm?
Once you hit Odeon Chapel.
So after Father Gascoigne.
Yeah. So here's this dog.
Yep. Half dead dog.
The bejesus out of it.
The dog with the surprising badonkadonk. Badog-kadonk.
Badonk-gadonk.
Well, you know.
It's dog. It's not that hard.
It also had, like, 2/3 of its health
It's
gone
at
already?
it's at a sliver of health. There's actual versions up ahead.
Yeah. More specifically, it's werewolf because there's the actual dogs in this game.
That's true. There are actual fucking dogs in this game. That'd be the reason to take the blunderbuss. It's far easier to hit the dogs than the blunderbuss.
I never had trouble with the pistol, actually.
Okay. Yeah, you have a gun. It uses quicksilver bullets.
Yes.
You can also draw out your own blood to make blood bullets.
This is almost a good idea.
Oh, it depends what you're doing.
So you have bullets
does.
made of either your blood or mercury.
That's true. If you are shooting Amygdala to death with a gun, or anything else to death with, any other of the bosses to death with a gun, you're basically going to do this.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, if you somehow have like no bullets but all the blood vials.
Yeah. Back, peasant. Also, this place is full of coffins, but the coffins don't have bodies in them.
They're furniture. It's an aesthetic.
Yes.
Look, they're solely there so loot can come out of them. In coffin drops.
There's my button. Climbing a ladder, climbing a ladder. Also, in some places, like here, there's people in town.
Yes.
You'll interact with them mostly through windows because no one wants to come the fuck outside.
Understandably.
These are smart people. They're smarter than you.
Time of it. Yarnum has a special way of treating guests.
Oh.
Yes, the welcome werewolf was indeed a nice touch. Little bloody, but a nice touch.
I know the town is cursed. It's fine.
Stone's cursed, I know.
I've been outside.
You got a pebble.
Yes.
The pebble just used for like clinking an enemy and aggroing it to make it come towards you.
It is exactly used for that. It does no damage, really.
Excellent.
It does like a
Wonderful.
point of damage.
Yeah.
Hi, guy who's certainly not dead. This guy has a shield.
Yeah, every item in this game you can only hold a certain amount of, and anything beyond that basically goes into your locker and refills whenever you go back to Hunter's Dream or respawn from dying.
Yeah, it's
Mostly
actually
that second one.
it's actually one of the things that I kind of like that the other Souls games do a bit better. Is that you just have Estus flasks
Yes.
and you sit down, you get them all back. So if you're having a bad run, you run out of blood vials, you have to go farm fucking blood vials.
Yeah, Blood Vials I do actually like mechanically how they work, except for the drop part. Although I do understand what they were getting at with the idea of them dropping.
I'm being terrible.
Yes, you are.
Nope.
Stop playing like HP break case.
Fine. What?
Also, you're like a sliver enough.
I used a blood vial.
Apparently not.
Apparently
A
not.
reminder that Emperor Shiv is the greatest Bloodborne player in the world.
And this is a no death throw.
If you see a death, it didn't happen.
It's an illusion.
If you see him taking
you
damage,
saw
that
it.
did
That
not
is a lie.
actually happen.
It is a lie. You should disregard that. No deaths happened.
It was actually a death skip. We wanted to be back here.
Exactly.
See, we just really wanted to fight the welcome werewolf again. Unfortunately, he is welcoming other people to Yarn.
So, like all the other Souls games, because there's one of the many mechanics of copies, you drop your blood echoes, and by that we mean your souls, wherever you die. Or they're picked up by one of the enemies, and they'll have glowy red eyes, and you kill them to get it back.
Yeah.
Unlike those games, he's yet to get to a point where he can actually spend them.
Well, also the initial being able to spend them is a little bit funky in this game, anyways.
Yes.
Unlike other Souls games, where you just go to the
Generally, it's...
campfire and spend them.
well, for one, you go to a campfire. For two, it's basically post-tutorial. And for three, it's post-first area, which is the extended tutorial. But the idea is basically the same.
In Bloodborne, you can't start using your blood. Blood. Really? Come on now. Is it It's triangle.
That would explain why you didn't kneel.
There
Yes.
we go. Relearning controls.
Also, like Dark Souls, the controls play like basically no other game, because screw convention.
Play exactly like Armored Core, thank you.
Yes, an Armored Core where you hit triangle in order to use your blood vials.
Yeah, triangle.
Technically, in at least 2 of the Armored Cores, it's repair kits, but yes.
Yeah. So,
So my blood vials, or my blood's probably there or in one of these people.
Well, either they have really obvious glowing eyes. Like
Like
that
that.
guy.
Yeah.
On the right side, it's the shield guy, who is the easiest one to kill.
How about you? Come on.
I was wondering when you were going to switch back. I mean, the chain whip thing is hilarious, but quite frankly, it's usually better off in this mode.
I like chain whip.
I like it too, but especially when
Where
you're
the
doing
hell did
one-on-one
shield guy
fighting.
go? Did he come up?
No. You have your blood vials back. I think.
He just left.
Well, in the event that I horribly die again, let's open this door.
Yes.
Also, while we're here, so over here is this guy. He's an every young kind of later in the game. Killing him does nothing for you, and there's nothing over there for you to get.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, he is mainly
guy
there just
exists.
to
Yes.
kill players.
HP.
Just to spite you.
Killing him does nothing for you. And there's nothing over there to get. HP.
Also, fire hurts.
Fire,
HP.
Fire does in fact hurt. I mean,
If you got a Molotov cocktail, we can hurt someone with fire.
I could go kill him.
Should probably get your
Yeah, when I get
blood echoes back.
As soon as I find where the hell he ran off to.
So that type of NPC, or yeah, the shield guys will like back up cautiously rather than go after you a lot of the time. So I have no idea.
Oh,
Oh, you killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the swing speed on the whip is basically slower.
it is slower, but it's bigger.
It's a
and
wider
harder.
area. If you're fighting a
And
single,
here's an
enemy, it's
ambush
better.
that if you've
He
played
didn't
Souls
even
games-
try to ambush me. He was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, he cut wide. I don't know
Yeah.
what to do."
Well, I mean, you were literally looking straight at him.
I knew where
so-
it was. I'm aware of the ambushes,
Yeah.
like that guy.
Yes.
Take that, lamppost.
We Amish don't trust technology. The blood Amish.
Do you really want to know where that shield guy went?
I would say
He's probably over there with all those other guys at the bonfire.
yeah, he probably just continued pathing or something. Where was the next ambush? Like here, there, everywhere? Probably right there. No.
No, there's no ambushes up here. Well, that guy. He's not really an ambush. He just ran upstairs.
Yeah.
That's the thing I
Very
can't get because it's on the other side of the gate.
Yes. Don't ask questions to how that works. It's a glowy thing on the ground to begin with.
Yeah, it's to lure you over here. Even though these guys don't actually come up here. This whole section is a bit of a cluster.
Yeah.
I need you to die. Thank you. Yep, there they are. Guys with guns.
Yep. So that section, which is a cluster of people and two guys with guns, who are possibly possibly the most annoying thing about it.
Oh, these guys spawned again.
Oh! No, they didn't spawn again, but,
It's another patrol.
yeah. There he is.
No, I think they spawned again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think you may be right. You may want to run through the gate.
I'm fine. Jam some blood.
Blood
in me.
souls.
I need those back, please. Thank you.
There you go. Now you can die and lose them again. Not permanently.
Remember, in local towns like Yarn, sports events are very, very high profile and bring the entire community together through bonfires and walks through the city, promoting their local sports teams.
Aha. Looked like that was planned for once.
This game has a ton of item drops, which by item drops we mean just the random junk that you're going to
Yeah.
be using all the time.
Bullets and blood vials.
Yes.
Some blood vials.
Oh, they're never blood vials when you actually want to farm them.
Specific enemies almost always drop blood vials. There are places you can farm blood vials.
Yes. Unfortunately, none of them are really all that early in the game. They're early-ish in the game, but still have to go through a decent chunk of the early sections, which are non-trivial, as Mackie is demonstrating pretty well.
Well, like, so, this initial area has, like, 15 fucking guys in it.
Yes.
This is your entrance to the game.
All come to celebrate the local sports event.
And assholes with guns shooting you the entire time as well.
Yes.
This is the Yarnum Assholes with Guns, the local sports team.
Man, if only you had a gun that was effective at more than about 3 feet.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, I have a pistol, they have rifles, don't ask questions.
Now, you can get a rifle later in the game.
It's still only effective to about 3 feet.
Yes.
You're just gonna... Aha! Okay, now they're both seeing me.
The good guys are really easy to kill when you get next to them. The problem is the game next to them.
Oh god! I knew it was there!
And then there's the dogs, which you shoot. And then murder.
Yeah, dogs are highly vulnerable to blood-tinged damage.
Bullets. Just go with bullets. Okay, now that we've killed
I think you'll find
all the
most
things...
things are decently vulnerable to mercury being launched into them at high velocity.
It's Quicksilver.
Yeah, mercury.
Yeah.
The one thing I will give it is it does have a good amount of blood vials just lying around for all those experienced players who actually know what the fuck they're doing.
Cool, but... Hi.
Sometimes
You guys be
celebration
dead,
of these
please,
sporting
thank you.
events can go too far.
Cold Blood Dew, I think that was Cold Blood Dew 1 to be
Yes.
specific, is the highly convoluted items that you use to gain blood echoes.
Correct. They are congealed blood echoes, because blood echoes are... blood is XP.
Yeah.
And also health.
And also
Yeah.
health, and also your money. And,
Basically, you're everything.
You're my everything.
Because blood.
Everybody.
And here is a brick troll.
Oh no, a hooligan.
Now, what Mackie was trying to do, and I don't think it works on this guy because he turns around fast enough, was if you do a charge attack, you'll get a backstab, which will let you do that.
Yep.
Also, you could just parry him. By parry, we mean shoot him with a bullet.
Shoot him with a gun.
He'll think twice before defacing Yarnum property.
Aha, this is also we get the torch.
Yes. Which
The
is,
shittier torch.
it is not the hunter torch.
Haha!
On the bright side, if you're stupid enough to actually listen to the game and set the brightness to what it wants you to, it will actually let you see in areas. Alternatively, just turn the brightness up all the way, you idiot. Seriously, in areas where they actually do mean for you to see, it's actually hard to see because this game is so goddamn dark.
What are these
They're-
horrible, ugly abominations?
They are horrible, ugly abominations that if we had the sound turned up in the room, make
There they go.
horrifying screeching noises.
That's for everyone at home. They can hear.
They are not really a threatening enemy, but they are very...
They're very loud and annoying, and
Yeah.
they usually hide in like little places or drop out of the roof in front or on top of you.
Yeah.
Save that in there. So it's really just most off-putting and unsettling when you're just doing something and all of a sudden you hear the horrible screeching of those things above you.
And suddenly a crow drops down for no reason.
Yeah,
And here's an area that would be a great shortcut. I mean, it's not.
but it's not.
You have not gone far enough to get a shortcut.
There is technically a shortcut, just not when we can get it. This will eventually be a shortcut-ish.
Yes.
Our limited edition Yarnum poncho has gotten quite bloody.
It's
So,
really
at what point in this game do we find a towel?
never.
It eventually drops off. It eventually dries off.
Ow! No, I'm
And
gonna
now-
die. Yeah, I gotta
You're
die.
dead.
And that is why dogs suck.
I should have switched back to whip for that.
Yarnum is a no-leash community.
That
It's
or
very
spam shooting things.
Spam shooting things when I work with 3 enemies attacking me.
It's shoot and dodge, and shoot and dodge, and shoot and dodge.
I mean, I don't even really need to go that way yet.
No.
That's the worst part.
But now you do. Because I think you had like nearly 3k of blood echoes there.
So yeah, that's when, like, I really should go the other way just so I can immediately spend my XP. It's
Yeah.
the easiest way to get Yeah, so that's the thing. You can't just spend your XP off the bat. You have to go insane first.
Not go insane, just gain insight, and now you're about dead.
Yeah.
Now here, our hunter has attempted to catch the tines of the pitchfork in between his rib cage. This brings to
Cease
mind
being alive.
the sword catcher's pommel of certain weapons from Europe. Unlike the sword catcher's pommel, this is very, very painful. The hunter now interrupted with the people attempting to very carefully find a contact lens. Or perhaps a pair of glasses that have been dropped.
I have to relearn all my timing for these attacks. It's been a while.
Yes. It also doesn't help that in what form it is a slow weapon.
No, but I mean, once you get used to it, it's perfectly fine.
Yes.
It's just relearning the speed at which it swings and the range at which it swings. When it's been like months since I played this game. And I wasn't, I mean, and given that I've always been the best at it.
Narrator. He wasn't.
Yeah, so this is just a D-Rust run.
So, screw all this.
Yeah. By the way, that is always an option.
Ow!
Although getting shot in the face is also an option.
You suck!
The bullets explode.
No, it hit a crate.
No, yeah.
Crates explode. Okay, nothing should really chase me. We're gonna kill this guy. We're gonna kill this guy again.
Yes.
Why?
Because he's easy. He's decent XP. He's also usually blood vials.
Oh, that's true. That timing never really goes away. Just kind of
No.
because they make you kill enough direct trolls.
See? Blood vials.
Also, the first farming spot for blood vials is basically
two
two
big
big
trolls.
Yeah.
Correct. Please just be on the ground, motherfucker. Fine.
Remember, pull that dog in particular. There you go.
Time to go! My work here is done. We'll be back for armor from over there later.
Yeah. Now, you can systematically take apart areas like that one, for example, and not pull, like, 3 dogs and a guy at the same time.
Look at that.
You can also kill these things in the cages or let them get loose. Guess which one we're going.
Oh god, got out! Where is it? Where is it?
Down below, and it's probably going to go up the stairs when it figures out how stairs work.
Always remember, have your pet spayed or neutered.
Dogs. It's for your own good.
Oh, there's another dog.
Where?
Around the corner.
I know there's one around the corner, but...
No, I mean, in the cage there was another one. And yeah, there's that one too.
Bad dog, we'll have to put you down.
Shooting a dog, or shooting the dogs with bullets is not the most necessary. Yeah, right there.
Ah, there's...
It's not the most necessary thing when it comes to fighting them, but it does make it a lot easier.
No, it just makes it a lot easier. Yeah, so we can technically go this way, except we... can, actually.
Is there a shortcut yet?
Yeah.
Or, wait.
So, these are 2 brick trolls you usually farm for blood vials if you're doing terrible against Gascoigne.
Which means you're fighting Gascoigne and are not really experienced at fighting Gascoigne.
We'll one-shot him. We'll one-shot him.
That's a lie.
Here's an old man in a chair.
Who will ambush you with a Gatling gun.
He knows what he did.
Or no, flamethrower. This one's a flamethrower.
Yeah, he's a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Actually, he just maybe blunderbuss.
Is he one? Oh, yeah, he's blunderbuss.
Yeah, he's a blunderbuss. You don't get flamethrower or Gatling gun until you get to future areas. Well, that began. The healing church left us, blocking the great bridge of the cathedral ward. His old Yana burned to the ground through the night.
Yes.
Plot. This is a house.
If you want to know the plot of this game, go to YouTube and look up people who have actually examined the plot of this game, because you're sure as fucking gonna learn it by playing it. Though I will say it actually does a decent job of storytelling. Ish.
You can figure out most of it pretty easily.
Yeah.
Well, one day a dapper gentleman wandered into the town of 8-foot-tall Victorian Londoners.
Yeah, there's no real explanation for why everyone is so fucking tall. So here is the first actual realistic
Shortcut.
Shortcut.
Because there's this one, where we can return to the Hunter's Dream and do nothing of import.
No, but it respawns me there now if I die.
Yes.
So I'm gonna read some hit it.
So you don't have to go back to the clinic just because.
Yep.
You also spent all of this money. Technically, I believe we do have the item shop, so we can't spend it there.
Yes.
Yes.
We can technically buy blood vials, Molotov cocktails, pebbles, etc.
Yes. The Molotov cocktails are hypothetically reasonably useful. And I have at times spent money on blood vials.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing...
Sometimes it just saves time, especially if you're like farming blood vials anyways.
Yeah, well, any kind of Souls game, you're really not strapped for money, as long as you're patient enough to go and murder stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, once you get access to... It's like mid-game when you get the lecture hall.
Yeah, you
get a just crazy place where you can farm blood vials in the... or blood echoes in
okay.
the blood lecture hall.
Okay, if we're
Yeah.
getting, chalices and grails and stuff, that just means this is the grail war that went really bad.
There
all of them?
there are chalices and grails. They're all shitty. We will not be seeing any of them.
Because A, that's later in the game, and B, as Maggie said, they're kind of all shitty.
Yeah, they're kind of all shitty. They're entirely optional.
The annoying part of them is they have unique bosses in them, and that actually is...
Yes, there are a couple bosses that are only found inside the chalice dungeons.
Yeah. Like, Queen Yarnum is at the end of the Chalice Dungeons, and is would be an interesting boss fight to do, except, like 3 human beings alive have the patience to do all of the Chalice Dungeons to get there.
Oh, that's just
It's fine.
a glorious amount of blood that came out of you.
It's fine. Made no difference.
Got it all back.
Rally mechanic.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that is the...
And that ambush, otherwise known as, have you ever played any Souls game ever?
Yeah, pretty much. The rally mechanic and a lot of other things in this actually do highlight what I really do like about Bloodborne. It is an honest attempt to actually iterate on the Soulsborne genre.
Yeah.
Which,
So-
oh god, this genre needed a lot of iterating on.
So there are actual dogs.
Yes. Well, the werewolves.
Yeah, werewolf things.
It's not swearwolves.
So down here's an item. We could have not gone this way, but I don't want to do the stuff that's up there yet. This is just the other side of, that's where we ran through to get that shortcut.
Yeah.
Going here, because it's the first place we can get, ourselves crazy.
Crazy.
Fuck you, dog! Fuck you, dog! Short of fighting, a boss, which we could also do right there.
Yes, fight a boss with our starting equipment and level.
I mean, I could probably beat Cleric Beast for starting with that one.
Probably, especially since the whip part of Thread Cane is a serrated weapon, which a lot of the early bosses are weak against.
Beasts are weak to serrated.
Yes, which is most of the early bosses, really. While it's still in Gothic horror phase, vast majority of things are either beasts or humanoids, and some of the humanoids count as beasts anyways.
Yeah. That dog.
There are people we can talk to. They're
Nope,
mostly-
vacuum salesman.
I'm not a hunter, I'm just out for an evening stroll. God, I'm bloody.
I was going to SeaWorld to sit in the splash zone.
You, old hag!
I'm not old!
37.
You got some bloody pox. Not obligated to help you at all. You got yourself into this mess, you got yourself out of it. No. So there are some dialogue things in regards to some people you talk to you can send to different places, but you can't do that until you actually find a place to send them to.
Yes.
Some of the places you can send them are bad.
We've basically got two. We've got the good place and the bad place.
This is the first place where the more bestial people show up.
And these things will wreck your day if you're not careful.
They will. Ow. Still
On the
got
right
it.
side. As you can see, the parrying mechanic is very important. Or not.
There's also the consideration of when it feels like working.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, the timing on the
le-
parry in this
less than
game
the-
is
less-
not so
well-
much precise as it is decisive.
I should correct that. Less the parry mechanic, because the parry mechanic itself generally works. Whether or not it lets you get off the
The vicious attack.
the vicious attack or the visceral attack after the parry mechanic.
That can be
Come
a
on.
little bit
There
more
we go.
finicky. I do find it very helpful to dash straight at the guy if you can. That will let you get in a lot more parries. Or visceral attacks, rather.
There we go. There's one more thing to do while we're up here.
Remember, no one can ever swing a weapon without moving 3 feet forward.
Yeah, it's like you have to take a full step every time you move.
Otherwise, the attack doesn't count.
I mean, this will do.
Ah, Eileen.
A hunter, are you? And an outsider?
What are you talking about? She's just a plague doctor. This place is horrible.
And tonight, a fall night.
And model for really expensive statues.
Here, to welcome the new hunter.
Bold hunter's marks. These are exceedingly useful.
Prepare yourself.
They are, in fact,
No
exceedingly useful.
humans left. There are
They are items that teleport you back to the dream.
still lingering about.
So she actually has a quest line,
What's
which you may or may not know if you don't talk to her or find her the places she shows up later. Or if you just never find her here, you never do it.
Yeah. Also, she loves to give you emotes.
Yes.
you still enough?
And good ones at that. I believe this is the... Yes.
Ha.
Works better with completely different clothing.
Yeah, well, I have a little tiny, like, half cape thing right now.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Also, what Maggie kind of demonstrated is you do have this nice little sub-menu for items that you don't use very often, but are...
Yep.
Yeah, basically non-critical items. It's generally where I put, like, Hunter's Marks.
Yeah, as opposed to your actual items, which you can switch by hitting down.
If you had any equipped.
Because hitting up jams a thing in your thigh to give you blood bolts.
Yes, yes it does. Should be noted, jamming the thing into your thigh to get blood bullets takes 40% of your health, and a blood vial heals 40% of your health.
There we go.
Fuck that guy.
She's the spear guy. The spear guys are worse than regular weapons.
Yes. So the damage from a visceral attack is a combination of strength and skill, which is one of the major reasons to actually do a versatile build. Because you will have really good visceral
Strength and
attacks.
skill. Yep. You're dead. There's more of you here. I know it.
Almost certainly.
Where are you hiding? There he is.
Ever-
Hey, buddy.
Yep.
That man was just admiring his antique plates. and you accosted him like a hooligan.
So early game, you have a stamina bar. Late game, you basically don't.
Okay, and then...
Because once you get to about 20, 25 stamina, and especially fighting later game enemies, you have more than enough stamina to do basically everything you want.
Rats!
And it might as well not exist as a mechanic. And other rats.
Make sure not
Rodents
full.
of unusual size. I guess they exist.
Well, yeah. We're an early level adventurer. Of course, we're killing rats. I'm assuming this is in a basement.
There's
Somewhere.
one.
Oh, the saw spear. Which is also a skill weapon.
Yes.
And a really good one, actually.
Yeah. Here's what we're going to use most of the time, actually.
Yeah.
At least for this initial section. We got some rats down here.
Yeah, the one-handed saw spear is a very good
It's
weapon.
fantastic. Two-handed saw spears, okay. Or actually, it's still even one-handed. It's just slower.
Yeah. It's slower, it has a good reach. It's very narrow in its uses, but it is decent for that. Mainly that charge attack is okay-ish.
Yeah, it doesn't go very far.
No. But its one-handed is an extremely fast swing and
Yeah.
covers a wide area. Not a long area, but a wide area.
Cut right here. Probably get shot once or twice.
Almost certainly. So yeah, the saw spear and the madman's knowledge are the reason to go this way, which you would know because you're psychic.
Where?
Over
Oh,
there.
hi, buddy.
Also, by the way, the swing doesn't take all that much stamina either, which is great for early game.
Oh, that was a big swing. That hurt. Yeah, even without increasing my stamina at all, I can get like 5 swings off.
Yeah. And
Four,
also
yeah.
it's serrated, so it does more damage to beasts.
Yep. Oh crap! I'm gonna die to rats. I'm gonna die to rats. Very sad. Make me cry. Wrong button. Okay, there we go. I keep wanting to hit X to dodge, and it's not X, it's square or circle. Ah, throwing knife.
Yeah. Throwing knives are like pebbles, except they actually do damage.
Just remember, oh, you dodged. We are surprised that you dodged by pressing O.
Okay. Got shot a couple times, climbing up again. So I have a madman's knowledge, so I can technically go spend my XP now. But might as well finish this area since I'm here. You're dumb. Ow!
You may want to heal again.
Nah.
I mean, you may want to heal again.
I will heal again. But I need to heal again to kill them.
So as you can see, most of Yarnum is a giant-ass warehouse for storing things in the most disorganized manner possible.
Most of Yarnum is a shithole.
What's that, too? It's a rather impressive shithole, because the entire thing is a multi-tiered masonry structure.
Yeah. I think it's later on where there's filthy crows on these beams. So there's an item.
Yep. There are indeed items on beams that you have to drop into.
Yep.
I think there's only one more thing up here, which is... Yep, there it is. It's just an oil urn. Oil urn makes things take more fire damage.
Yes.
See if I can... Nope.
And you can... Well, it didn't get you.
No, that won't kill you.
There's absolutely fall damage in this game because, well...
Climb, 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 climb.
Snake Eater!
No, those are
No, that's later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to a big ladder here in just a second. Really not far from one. Just want to get this item first, even though I'm pretty sure it's of no consequence.
Almost certainly of no consequence.
I'm guessing cold blue.
Oh,
Bloodstone
Bloodstone Shard. Slight consequence. Those are the crafting items that are used to upgrade weapons.
Yeah. So, there's a ladder here. There's also, you can go down here. But it's certainly not a trap.
Yeah, those certainly are.
Yeah, those don't get up at all.
We'll be back there.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll come back down here. I just want to get the shortcut first.
Yes, because running through all of that is an utter pain in the ass.
Yep.
That's the motto of this game, by the way. Running through all of that is an
This is another pain in the ass.
Yes.
The game. Trademarked. Nightmare birds. These aren't even the really nightmare ones.
No, not by a long shot.
There's more Madman's knowledge. There's pebbles. Birds drop pebbles. For reasons.
To make sure that you have more pebbles than you ever know what to do with.
Look at this happy guy.
And now he's dead.
Yep. Now he's dead.
Yay, blood vials!
Blood vials.
We needed tons of those. Still.
I probably will. I only have like 11.
Yeah.
I probably will need tons of those. So this is two things. A, it's the shortcut back into that initial area where the first stone, what's his face is.
Yes.
And
The
more
other side of
importantly,
that one.
there's this door. Or this window.
Yes.
Where a lovely young girl, where nothing bad will ever happen to her, lives.
Probably not. We probably won't get that far.
I'll do my best. Sure, I'll find the girl's mother.
Indeed. I mean, with C, in this condition, she must be okay.
She indoors? Got a 50-50 chance if you're indoors.
No, you don't have that high a chance. You just live a bit longer.
Mom's so silly, running off without the music box makes Dad not want to kill us. Thankfully, you can go down ladders quicker.
Yes.
Nope. I'll try again.
The music box, which I think after much debate conclusively does not indeed play Lullaby for Murgo.
No, but it does actually have an effect in that fight.
Yes.
We actually want to do this.
These are... that would work pretty well, too. I think these are one of the few enemies where actually having the saw spear on long was actually a good idea. Simply because of how low they are.
They are pretty low, so the saw spear,
That way is... actually works pretty well. Especially if you have the camera tilted up. All or one, it doesn't matter.
there we go.
Yeah. As I said, the saw spear on long has its uses. It's just, as you can also see, these aren't exactly the most challenging enemies in the game. It's mainly because this is an ambush that you might not see and will cause you to panic the hell all out of the place because you thought dead bodies wouldn't move in this game. Because maybe you missed the horror part.
You've already dealt with people laying on the floor earlier,
Yeah, because
pretending to be like just bodies.
literally never played a Souls game, or a Dead Space game, or literally any horror game ever made.
Yeah.
Thing what looks dead appears to not be dead. Shock.
Hit
News at
every
11.
dead body.
Hit everything that looks like it can move.
I mean, the other important thing is you can absolutely still lock onto them even if they're laying on the ground. So when in doubt, attempt to lock.
Yes. This isn't always a guarantee in these games, but in this one, I think it mostly is.
Pick up
Guys
the
were
jump.
just down here, practicing their synchronized drowning routine, and you showed up and started wrecking their shit. You should be ashamed.
Synchronized drowning routine?
Yeah. It's like swimming, but with less effort involved.
Come on.
Good to shoot.
Base bullets.
Blood bullets?
Ignoring the fact that I did both. I need this for my friend up here. I have a very good friend up here who has a significant job he has to do in the future. Very nice.
For your trouble, you get some blood vials, which is not
I mean,
terrible.
I'll take
currently.
Don't
Yeah.
take blood vials. You dead?
Yeah, it's dead.
Yeah. This thing's probably gonna kill me.
What, the pig?
Yeah.
No, you should be fine.
Pig.
Come on.
The crows on the other hand, they're a problem. Just do what everyone usually does. Run behind it, do a backstab.
The problem is the initial ping encounter is in a tight little space.
Yeah. Either dodge around it or let it charge.
1 sec. Standard rules. Make sure we have
Shortcuts.
shortcuts first.
That's true, there is the elevator. So there's this elevator.
Okay.
If you're wondering how and why we know our way around this city so well, yeah, we've played it that much. You kind of just learn. Yeah, you can easily run past him before he charges, I think. Yeah,
Ow.
that's assuming he charges.
Astral traveling with a backpacking trip through Yarn was right for you. They'll probably say,
Right in the butt!
"Oh,
And then finish him off.
Right in the butt again!
Yeah, the pig hits like a
Dead
truck.
pig.
you are not allowed back in Hunter's Dream until you clean that handgun, man. Wash it off in blood and come back."
It's the Hunter's badge.
So badges expand the inventory of the merchant in Hunter's Dream. There is basically one merchant in this game. Technically two, but they're both in Hunter's Dream.
Oh, I got turned around. Oh.
And may or may not both be a bowl that is a collection of little creepy looking things.
So there's two things you can do over here. That's the whole reason to fight the pig. Up there is the other side of that bridge that the initial ladder came up on. There's technically an ambush you can avoid by going that way. This is the bottomless pit that serves no significance whatsoever.
It's a trash receptacle.
Yes. So basically, imagine if Dark Souls 1 decided to start you in Blighttown.
It's like literally it's a pit that's just there for no reason.
Yeah.
That's not true. This isn't Blighttown. I haven't seen poison yet.
No, we're not in the swamp.
Yeah. Because this game absolutely has poison.
Yeah. So we could go across this bridge and go fight one of the bosses.
And then promptly die.
Now, yeah, with no blood. That was fine, yeah.
Yeah.
But we have to fight another boss first. Have to, but I'm gonna fight another boss first.
So basically, the easiest first boss is completely optional.
Yep. And mainly I'm gonna go, actually spend my blood, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially before I go boss fighting. Hi, buddy. Can't hurt me. I'm in the visceral attack. Them's the rules. Ow. Now you can hurt me, though.
And, ooh, just barely not dead.
I'm fine.
Last hit point's the only one that matters.
So, most of the time they drop blood vials. Occasionally they drop shiny coins. Shiny coins are no actual use. They're basically markers.
They are basically
Yeah.
markers.
Which are even less useful in this game than they were in
Okay.
Dark Souls.
So we have this Madman knowledge. It gives us insight. Might as well just use both.
Sure, why not?
So in addition to blood echoes up there, you have insight. Insight does very little in this game. There's technically an insight shop where you can get some stuff by spending insight. You get insight whenever you see bosses for the first time, whenever you kill bosses for the first time, and by using Madman's knowledge. You can't spend XP until you have insight, which is the whole reason for going down that entire long path there to get a Madman's knowledge.
Yes.
So now you're insane enough to see the doll is actually being
Now the
alive.
doll's actually alive.
Hello, good hunter. I am a doll.
There's a couple enemies that have different stuff go on if you have really high insight values.
Pursue the echoes from
Like just minor cosmetic stuff, or we're talking like full-on mechanics changes?
Full mechanics changes. There's some enemies that don't actually fight you in any way, shape, or form that you can see once you have high enough insight. You can see Omega-Dolls
golden your
Yeah, they have Amygdala.
or Omega-Dolls, whatever. And then there's a couple enemies who have these lanterns that have a new attack if you have high enough insight. And then one boss who's not hard at all, so it doesn't really matter.
But if you have no insight, is even more
pointlessly easy if you have no insight.
Yes.
If you have no insight?
Yes.
Yes.
So one of the bosses, which we won't hit on the stream because it's going to take too long to get to them, has mechanics based on how much insight you have up to a certain amount.
Mm-hmm.
If you have no insight, like half the mechanics don't exist in the fight,
Oh.
and it's not a hard. It's probably the easiest fight in the entire game.
Yep.
Regular enemies are more challenging than that boss fight.
Right.
Let's just pump it all into skill.
Yeah. Unless you want to increase vitality, or God, you started with a lot of endurance, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I never increase vitality, but that's masochism, I don't know.
hunter. May you find
Yeah. So technically, if you're trying to do a speed run, you'll actually kill the doll.
Yes. It is easier to level up by killing the doll than by actually talking to her. Or it's faster to level up by killing the
Yeah,
doll.
because you don't have to deal for dialogue.
Yes.
That's stuff for invading other people's homes and summoning allies and whatnot.
Yes. All of which costs insight,
Yep.
so screw that.
We're not going to bother with it.
The insight shop is actually does have a few nice things to it. There's some pieces of equipment that are A, neat looking, and B, actually fairly useful if you pay attention to resistances, which you sometimes kind of want to do.
Yeah, generally the gear you can buy in the inside shop is other hunters' gear
Yes.
that you run into.
Which is great at gaining resistance to frenzy, and by frenzy I mean that mechanic that when it
Doesn't
fills
show
up.
up until the end of the game, but then ruins you.
Yes. Doesn't show up till the end of the game and ruins you, and is named Frenzy to completely confuse you because it has nothing to do with what the mechanic actually does.
Nope.
actually the friend zone mechanic, where you remain good friends, but always wonder if you could have been more than friends.
Yes. That's the other thing, when you're doing the farming for blood vials, he always also drops 4 Quicksilver bullets.
Yes. So you do get a decent stock of bullets from that.
Yep.
Yeah, this shortcut basically unlocks... Or, this is basically the shortcut you need to get to both of the bosses.
Yeah.
So right now we can basically go fight both bosses.
But I'm not going to fight Cleric Beast quite yet. So I want to do the last little leg here to get the other armor that's in this area. So I can be more dapper.
Yes.
Come on, boys. Oh, I don't want one of you.
Yeah, it's very hard to risk it.
The question is, how ballsy do I want to be, or do I just want to cheese these fights?
So, as you can see, these are very big things.
Ow. 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 No.
Yeah, you may have wanted to just choose the fight.
Yeah, next time. It's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. Sure enough. And you spank your blood vials beforehand, so it's
Yep.
not like you had or blood echoes beforehand. Sorry, wrong blood thing.
XP.
Souls.
Souls. Blood souls.
Would have also been an appropriate name for this game.
Blood souls.
Yeah, the original prototype name was Beast Souls. I actually do understand them changing it from it. Because in spite of what it looks like now, later in the game, it's not really all that beast heavy.
No.
Because it starts out as gothic horror. Then it turns into,
Cosmic
Cthulhu.
Horror.
Yes.
Cthulhu madness.
Especially when we get to the DLC.
Yes. Which also starts out as gothic horror and then very quickly goes into cosmic horror.
I'm not going to let it pass that you missed a stationary man in a wheelchair.
Nor should you.
Wanted to give him a warning.
On behalf of the Yarnum Tourism Board, laugh at this man.
It was only sporting. Come on. You're not fooling anyone.
So you generally just prefer the saw blade, or
So,
there-
compared to the... So if I need to do longer range attacks, I actually like this.
It's
Because once you get the timing down... last time I was playing, I was doing a dex area
skill.
skill run, and using primarily the whip. But as far as like taking on a lot of enemies, this is a quicker attack, and it's more damage than the whip is. This is technically does have good skill scaling, but is also a decent strength scaling weapon. So it's actually a fantastic weapon for doing like a quality build.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step back here. Let's see if I can get one of them, because they're not bad to fight. It's just the fact you have 2 of them.
Do they have your blood vials? No.
No.
Or blood echoes, so they're on the ground somewhere.
Someone sees me. Yes, actually they're right here.
Well, there you go.
I mean, I still need to kill these guys. Oh, you coming?
Yes.
Threw a rock at
They're
you.
very slow about coming at you.
Come on. Ah, they're both coming. Okay.
So,
Come on.
as you can see,
Can't fit through doors.
nope. Yeah, another thing that decided
They do reach relatively well through them, but they
Yeah.
can't actually fit through the door.
now watch as, due to out of bounds errors, one wolf is actually pushed through the door by the other wolf.
Then he only has to fight one wolf, which is
Yeah.
doable, actually.
I could do one. It's the 2 wolves at the same time, so you can get like hit by one, then immediately hit by the other, and have no chance to actually try and get any health back.
Yeah. And this is early enough in the game that he can't just,
I can't tank it.
yeah. And or just kill them in a few swings, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. There's some stuff out here. So this path is that other side off where the fountain in the first brick troll is. kill you if you want me to.
He pretty much wants you to.
Come to Yarnum. We all want to die.
I don't blame him. This place is shit.
Yeah.
So all these statues you see around the place, they have no real significance.
No. I mean, yeah, I don't think I've heard anyone try and talk about these in lore videos. Because, yeah, I got nothing.
Obviously, there's a Medusa about it somewhere.
Yarnum sucks, that's really what it all boils down to.
Yes.
Here's the famous Yarnum suffering statues. Carved completely by hand, ruined the actual hands of the carver who was making them at the time.
And this is up above the
street of way too many enemies.
Yes, the street of way too many enemies. Also, in case you missed earlier, that's some sort of giant beast thing tied to a stake being burned in the middle.
If you're playing this game, you definitely missed it because you're too busy trying not to die.
Generally. And this is seemingly a pointless pit to your death. But not actually.
Yes.
Fabulous treasures await you in the sewers. This is also true of your local sewers. Go right now and open a manhole cover. Climb into the sewers and find the amazing treasure.
Sound Gaming bears no responsibility for you actually following our stupid advice.
Some experience may vary.
Come on.
There we go.
Hold my health back.
Yep. There's a little bit of leeway on the timing thanks to the rally mechanic.
Yep.
That's also the nice thing about killing them. They will drop bloodstone shards.
Yes.
I think you can enhance your weapon now, actually. I don't think there was a thing for that.
I don't recall if there's a thing for enhancing or not.
I mean, going to go back to the dream in a minute so you can check. But I do believe, like, just enhancing the weapon, there wasn't any item specifically needed. It was just putting the stones in.
So it's only shooting them during a certain window makes them stagger and into the
Yeah.
blood punch?
Now, shooting in general can stagger some enemies. There's some enemies who don't really stagger off shots. And
Yeah.
also can depend on how much blood tinge you have.
Yeah, what he is pulling off is effectively the equivalent of a parry from Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've come down for this.
No, that's gonna miss.
Yes, he's come down for red.
No, I've come down here for...
This guy. Yeah.
So-
Yeah, that's
so
right.
that was a failed
That was a failed parry.
parry.
That was also a failed
That
parry.
was also a failed parry. Please don't.
Yeah, these guys are... actually, the whole, they can very easily wreck your shit. Because they just like to do those frenzied style,
Yeah, they're also... Ow.
painfully damaging.
Painfully damaging and don't really stagger off regular attacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well.
Well, getting back to this place.
Doing so good with the parry so far.
Yeah, their timing can be a bit hard to grasp.
It's the spear ones that are the worst. I don't really have a problem with the sword torch guys.
Or the saw blade
Yeah.
ones, yeah.
I'm just ripping blood vials out of it.
Yep.
Blood vials. Yum.
Yeah, we're actually, like, at the cap.
Yep.
So yeah, you spawn with 20 blood vials, basically.
As long as you have 20.
As long as you have 20.
Yeah, as long
It
as you-
pulls out of your bank
Yeah.
the blood bank. Until you have 20.
Yes. So yeah, back to that part of the part of this mechanic that's not so hot. I actually like how blood vials operate.
Yeah, it's just that you have a fixed number of them, so if you run out...
Yeah.
It's the one thing I like about Estus Flask, you just have
Yeah.
Estus Flask. You go back to the torch, the campfire, you get it back.
Yeah. What I do like about blood vials is there's no messing around with upgrading them or anything. They heal 40% period.
Yeah.
Which also makes Vital, the health increasing stat, much more appealing as a stat. It is not just a screw up meter.
Yeah. Dang it.
Yeah, it's really hard to get one.
Gotta go fight the werewolves.
You guys coming? There you are. No, close the wall.
The Yarnum City Planning Office really did think of everything down to the last detail.
Yep.
To make sure these doorways cannot fit a werewolf.
Seems like an odd thing to plan for.
Yeah, but it worked.
The weird part is they could actually physically fit a werewolf, but they put the collision boxes just in the right way that they can't actually get inside.
That's the Yarnum difference. Big enough for a werewolf. Safe enough for a were.
Run, run. Magically respawning boxes.
The Yarnum City Planning Commission down to the last crate and barrel.
Yeah, that made more sense with the Dark Souls timey-wimey bullshit. In this game, yeah, I got nothing.
Ow.
Look, we're going to return Yarnum to the glory days. By that I mean a very specific day. The barrels were out on that day.
The glory day.
The one day when Yarnum wasn't complete and utter shit. I need to remind people of the good old day.
Die.
Yeah. Got him before he fell off. Now, where's that one item?
It's over here. I think it's the only one that's up here as well, so... Yeah, you can stay there.
Yeah, you don't really need to kill everything.
There we go.
Yeah. It is very tempting to kill everything in these games. You don't actually have to. Bludgeoning attack. It actually worked. Oh my god.
Okay. Round 2 against my nemesis, who also has all my souls. There we go.
And round 2 is over.
Oh well.
Yeah.
That's what we came here for.
Hunter Hut, Hunter Garb, Hunter something, Hunter something.
Yes. That's all Hunter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all much better than everything you have.
And now we get to be iconic looking, because it's literally the iconic armor set for this
Yep.
game.
I too would wish to desperately cover my mouth so I don't get volumes of blood inside of my mouth.
Yes.
In my thigh? Sure. But that's the one I'm putting in there.
Not to be murdered by rats.
I don't want the sanguine heroin in my mouth. It doesn't work. So go directly in my veins.
Think there's anything else in this hellhole?
The rats murder for reasons.
Pretty sure it's just a shitload of rats in case you fall down.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a good point to just use the Hunter's Mark and not waste time wandering around.
Fair enough.
Just put it on your, like, secondary item bar.
That makes too much sense. Full Hunter's Mark.
Yep.
This just recalls you back to the ring. Without losing all your blood.
Yes.
Your blood.
Alternatively, you can use your other item and you do lose all your blood when you use it.
Yep. That one, it's infinite uses.
Yes.
Granted, I've never run out of Bolt Hunter's Marks, so...
No, especially since at a certain point you can just buy them. Might as well go back to the drain.
Spend your blood and go fight a boss.
I think you can upgrade your weapon.
Find out. Upgrade my weapon, spend some blood, fight a boss. Blood.
Blood.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Yes. Saw spear. Fortify. We could fortify. And that's all we got, because we're out of bloodstones.
Yes, because it costs like 3 and 5.
And 8, and then there's bloodstone chunks. And
No, then there's twin
bloodstones.
Welcome home. What is it?
which is literally just 2 bloodstones.
Yes.
You got like 1 level? Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, you got all the solid blood as
I
well.
do.
Farewell, good
You find your worth in the waking world. Still haven't.
There you go. That's not for the level.
Welcome. What is it?
Oh, that just feels grody in my hands.
What do you want?
I'm trying to remember how much blood tinge I actually need for the rifle spear. I think it's 14.
I don't even think it's that much. Let's see.
Well, we'll put a point in. I know it's higher than 6.
Yeah.
Farewell.
Okay, time to go fight our first boss.
9. It is 9.
Oh, 9. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
2 more points.
Blood tinge weapons don't use very much. I think like the higher end guns, which their whole point is
To do blood tinge damage.
Yeah. And I think like the cannon has a decent amount of blood tinge as well as strength.
Yeah, well, you need a decent strength to actually be able to use the stupid cannon.
Yes.
The cannon used for nonsense builds.
Mostly, yes. By nonsense, we mean not good, but
It's
fun.
funny.
I mean, it's a cannon. I like it.
Okay, we'll kill
Unlike
you
those
because
corporate
you're
fat
here.
cats, Yarnum still celebrates canon culture.
We'll kill you because you're here. Kill you because you'll attack me otherwise.
Yes, this is a fairly new character. Person in chat.
Huh. Oh, Shadow King 3648.
Yes, new character in that we started this about an hour and a half ago.
I'm getting my legs back under me.
This is the weirdest rendition of Mary Poppins' Feed the Birds. Don't feed the birds bricks.
I killed your friends. What are you going to do about it?
Die, mostly.
Yeah. Now, that charge one has some difficult timing, except we've done it a billion times.
Look at this not at all ominous bridge.
Yep, certainly nothing dangerous here.
There's nothing dangerous about this bridge.
Oh.
Well,
Yep, nothing dangerous about this bridge.
hello, Gaelic hellbeast.
That is roughly accurate.
Some kind of nature god we've invariably offended.
Yeah. So if you shoot that one enough times in the head, and it's kind of damage dependent, so if you're doing blood tinge, it works a lot better. It does that.
He gets all angry, he screams a bit. His head will eventually repair, and he's going to do that again.
Which I think it just did, actually. One of the most difficult things about this boss is actually figuring out where his hitbox is because of all the feathery effect when you're near him. Oh, there it is. That's the repair.
That's a repair.
So now you can target that again.
Can he, though?
If he moves the target up towards that, yes. There we go.
Boom.
Probably also.
Ah, who needs you? Ow.
Yep.
I'm fine. Everything's fine. Ow.
So we're fighting a taxidermied head, a shag rug, and
Oh. Camera, why?
some type of weird forest giant.
Behold the real boss of this game, the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, that's every Souls game.
Oh, see, that'll happen sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you'll run past the point where you're supposed to do the visceral. It's particularly bad with the big ones.
He went for a grab.
Yep.
Okay, look, you see his head, it's kind of messed up. He didn't really have eyes.
Broke your leg. Broke your dumb leg. Camera span around for no reason.
As you can see, stuff is
I don't
happening.
know where I am.
It is blood and gray. Bright side, you can shoot him in the head again. On the downside, there are bullets.
Yeah, it's fine. I need bolt skill.
No, you don't.
You did? For a rocket. Kinda wish I had Molotovs equipped. I could actually use the Molotovs on it.
Yeah, they do actually work. Also, there's
yeah,
like
'cause that's
bullets.
gonna explode. There it goes.
Yeah.
Ground. Camera. Heal. Fist out of the ground. Die, please. Die. Thank you.
There he goes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna die to Cleric Beast.
This time.
I get the Sword Hunter badge.
More stuff to buy. And a trophy.
Some Quicksilver bolts.
Quicksilver.
So this at one point had a purpose.
Yeah. Okay, so that door never opens, but it is actually on the other side of a completely different area that you get to later in the game.
Yep.
And still doesn't open from that side either. This is the only thing anyone's found to do with those shiny coins that is useful, because you can actually use it to prove those two areas are adjacent.
Yep. It's like they intended to connect them at one point, but this never did. The door that's on the other side does say it's locked and like cannot be opened from this side,
Yeah.
but the prompt to actually open it never actually exists.
Yeah.
What is it?
Can I get her a switch or something?
So the doll does various things while you're away from the dream. Like, sometimes you'll find her napping, and sometimes you'll find her, like, praying at tombstones.
Yeah, she occasionally won't be here. She'll be up there.
Yes.
And it has dialogue up there if you can sneak up on her without actually alerting her to your presence.
Yes. Another nice thing, after killing every boss, you immediately get a lantern. Kind of nice thing. It would be nice if the lantern was actually right before the boss.
Yeah.
I mean, at least the run to either of these two bosses isn't actually that bad.
These are probably the worst ones in this game, actually. I remember Gascoigne is probably the worst one in this game as far as runs are concerned. And no, it's not too bad by the standards of a Soulsborne game. Which means it's still kind of awful, but it's not bad by the standards of a Soulsborne game.
Oh, that's an interesting pattern.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That blood just went and decided to paint itself on the ground artistically.
Perfectly straight lines.
Yep.
Bye. I don't care. Full up, I don't need your blood.
I mean, you could always use it, but man, fuck it.
I want the bullets.
Yeah. Yeah, the bolts are useful for him.
Yep.
Oh,
What's up?
music box.
I need it.
Okay. surprised the trap isn't going off. Ah, there it
Any
goes.
day now.
Yeah, missed like 3 of them.
Did. Now to die on my way to Gascoigne. To random thugs.
Yep.
Random thugs, random thugs. Come to yarn and see the thugs. Random thugs, random thugs. They hide blood inside the jugs, in the jugs, in the jugs.
So one nice
Yeah,
thing.
so that ladder there is past where the pig was.
Yeah. It is not worth the extra trip. So trying to actually do viscerals on the stairways is a great way of not doing viscerals.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't need this wrong.
No, you don't.
Easy enough. Ruin you. Top off the 4 because you drop blood vials and the shop shiny coins because you're an asshole.
The other guy probably dropped a blood vial as well.
You did.
Yep. Then the area to the right, which you have to do precisely once. Which is, I think, it consists of... Yep.
There we go. And he's level 2.
Reach inside that man and draw out potential that he didn't even know he had.
Well, you kill that. She gets a 100 mark. That's really all that's there.
Yep.
It's pointless. So,
Not pointless. That's 2 more times you can teleport back.
here's another ominous doorway. This is the first boss that gives most people a lot of trouble.
Including people who have played this game a good amount of times before. He is actually just not an easy boss. Especially at the level you fight him. He's also the most quotable person in this game.
I am more used to mirror matching him. Because generally I'm using the Hunter's Axe and the Blunderbuss, but
That's okay, he's better at using both of them.
he fucking cheats is what he does. He uses the Blunderbuss in 2-hand axe mode.
Yes, one of the most quotable bosses in this game. Mainly because most of them don't talk.
That's true. That's
Yep, that's the back of your clothing.
yeah, back into it. Top off. I basically always want to be at full health in this fight.
Yes.
He does nonsense like that.
That is a very hard to parry. Partially because you have to actually want to do it.
Some of the advantages of usually using the Blunderbuss. Don't want to be in the corner. Okay. I hit the bullet.
Yep.
Okay, let's stop screwing around.
Actually attack him.
What's that smell?
Phase 2. He still uses.
Where he starts to hit like a truck. Well, you did parry him, unfortunately.
I did.
He knocked you into the ground.
Where he also gets to use a shotgun even though he's using a 2-handed weapon. 'Cause he's an asshole.
There you go.
There he goes.
Werewolf form. This is mainly beatable by parrying.
Glad you can get the time.
That's one of the problems.
He's just not, in fact, turning you into a swearwolf.
He almost turned you into a swearwolf, but that's just this game. There you go. Remember, it takes 2 berries.
It does.
So, and you're out of bullets.
Am I? Ow! Come on, come on, please.
There he is.
Whew, boy.
I'm fine. Everything's fine. Get off the fucking tombstone.
The terrain is very much not your friend in this fight.
The tombstone! Your tombstone!
Still his kick. Come on to your shit.
You got him? You don't got him.
Ow.
There you go. Never
I
mind.
got him either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not gonna die to this coin.
Loading 2 key.
See, I'm not gonna die to bosses.
No, you're
I'm gonna die to random nonsense bitches on the street. But I'm not gonna die to bosses.
On the bright side, you're into the more interesting areas of the game after this.
Yep.
Werewolves. Priestly werewolves. As Cathedral Ward is a hub area and barely counts as one, really.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of shit off of Theater Wards.
Yeah.
Relatively small but compact. That's kind of everywhere in this game.
Yeah.
Come home, what is it?
It looks like a big, sprawling city, but it's really a series of corridors.
Okay. Well, let's go get a rifle spear, and I'll see if I can punch my way down to Bloodstark Beast to one-shot that before we're done.
Yeah.
That's not where I wanted to go.
You missed.
I did.
You missed.
By the way, you have like 11 blood vials, but that's in our entirely.
Won't matter. We'll get
Yeah.
more. We'll get more on the way.
Yeah. Gascoigne very much burns through blood vials.
Bosses in general tend to...
Gascoigne is also one of the bosses where the camera really starts to hate you. Because if you're not getting those parries off to get through that werewolf fight easily, he's all over the goddamn place.
Yeah.
At least the longer that fight goes, the somewhat easier it gets because he destroys all the tombstones.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry
So I
as
don't
much
have to worry about
being...
running into things I'm trying to escape.
Yeah.
Let's try this again. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's what I still need to do here.
Huh. There is.
Yeah,
What?
it's very important. Granted, it's not in there, so once we get that out here.
I don't know, I still want to be able to save up enough shining coins, and then find an empty pouch, and be able to combine the two into a weapon. Hit people with a bag of money.
See, the problem there is it has to be a trick weapon, so it has to transform into something. Oh, right, that.
Yeah, so that's the brooch for the little girl. Or for the girl in the window.
Yes.
We're not going to have time to do all of it, so I'm not going to bother actually going through the whole thing there. You can either break that brooch, which gives you a gem you can set in your weapon later on when you get the ability to do that.
Or you can hand it back to the little girl.
Or you can give it to the little girl. Then, if you're Vince, you don't do anything else in that quest. You pretend it never exists.
Yes. Mainly because most of the rewards are literally cosmetic. Also,
Because there's 2 outcomes for that quest, and neither is good.
yeah.
So basically, which we'll get to see here in just a second, once we climb up this ladder. Boop, 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 boop. And encounter a chest.
Which is extremely rare in this game, actually.
Yes. It has the blood gem workshop tool, which allows us to equip blood gems to our weapons.
Yes. Basically, we slot special stuff into our weapons that make them more numbers.
Yep.
We found a cutscene door.
Yep, found a cutscene door. So, we're about to enter a temple. And so the thing is, there's two places, there's all the various people and windows and stuff we've talked to.
Yeah.
A number of them we can send to different places.
Mm-hmm.
One of the places we can send them is here. Which has a very nice man in it.
Yes.
Or the other one we can send it to is Esophagus Clinic, where we first started.
After we talk to Yosefka again.
After we talk to her again.
After we talk to Yosefka, who certainly hasn't changed her voice actress.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to bother going all the way back to talk to Yosefka because we're not going to get that much further in the game.
No.
Here's this lovely man who runs this place. Certainly not creepy at all.
Oh, you must be a hunter. Very sorry. The incense must have masked your scent. Good.
Yeah, the people of Yarman, by the way, the incense he's talking about, they burn incense in order to keep all that random crap at bay. So, if you're wondering why we're not walking around with some of that incense to keep all that random crap at bay, I am too.
Well, technically we're here to hunt that stuff. We are technically a hunter.
Yeah, with the Vegas motivations. To seek the pale blood.
Yep. The style of beasts.
The snarls of beasts. None of them's too uncommon now.
So yeah, this guy's just a nice little guy who wants to have people come to his temple to keep him safe.
With their wits about 'em. Tell them about this here chapel.
And the other person's the one with the clinic,
Safe here.
who certainly doesn't turn people into cosmic cores.
Spread the word. Tell them to come on over.
So
There was, by the way, there was, outside of the obvious sarcasm, there was no sarcasm for the first part. He is actually on the up and up.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
no, he's totally on the up and up. He's a creepy little guy hiding on the floor with weird spindly arms and a messed up face. But he's totally on the up and up. He actually just wants to keep people safe.
Okay.
So we can send the little girl here, or we can send the little girl to Esophagus Clinic.
Doesn't really matter which one we send her to.
If we send her to the clinic, then she gets turned into a celestial whore, because that's what happens to everyone who gets sent there.
Yeah.
If we send her here, she gets devoured by that pig that I killed earlier.
Even if said pig is dead.
Yep.
The pig responds.
Pig response.
Oh, okay.
If you talk to her and send her there, the next time you go through that area and you kill the pig, it drops her bow.
I see.
But that side of it doesn't end there, because if you get that bow, you can go back to that window, find her sister, who may not actually be her sister at all. Give her the bow, who washes it off to turn it from a blood red bow to a white bow, and then jumps out the window and kills herself.
As you can see, I just don't complete this quest.
These guys, by the way, the ones with the lanterns, are one of the enemies who I was talking about who has extra attacks if you have a certain
Insight.
threshold. And this is kind of a trap.
Yep. It didn't appear.
There it is.
So if you have a high enough insight, or if you've advanced the night I gotten far enough in the game, you'd actually see what the hell was going on there, other than like a glowy thingy.
Yeah.
What is going on there?
So, although you can't see it, this district has a number of giant Cthulhian humanoid monster things called amygdalas. That particular glowy thing is one of them reaching down to grab you in that area, in particular.
Is this no longer... It's full coat.
Yes, that is actually a full code.
Those are exactly the same. Oh. Just going out for an evening stroll.
Yep.
But yeah, there's technically stuff on the other direction, but I'm going to rush this way so you can get to the boss before we end the stream.
So what I'm gathering is there are no good endings in this game. Yarnum is doomed. Everyone in it is doomed. There are horrible things that are waiting to super doom you.
Uncertain.
Or is this kind of an actual Lovecraftian thing in the vein of like something he would write, where he's just showing you a place that's full of horrible shit, and people are going mad because they find the horrible shit and can't take it?
Well, it's less people are going mad because they found the horrible shit and keep taking it, as much as it is... so you've seen how one of the big things of the game is blood.
Yeah.
You have blood vials, you have blood echoes, cold blood dew, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the basics behind what's going on is, and like why everyone's turning into beasts and all that kind of crazy shit, is that the healing church which was ostensibly at one point a good organization, found out about what they call the Pale Blood, which is for all intents and purposes, basically they found Cthulhu or another celestial whore, ripped out its blood and injected it themselves.
Yeah.
So basically, they initially had blood menstruation, which they used to heal people. Then they found the pale blood and started using that to heal people, and shit got crazy.
Blood menstruation also had its drawbacks, mainly people turning into bestial random things because the old blood is, well, fear the old blood.
Yeah. Oh, you suck.
Basically, don't inject supernatural blood into yourself.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Which is why the game starts off with mostly beasts, but then about halfway through it takes a turn towards the celestial. Or the cosmic.
So these are people who were taking blood light, and then, halfway through, you start getting the people who are on new blood.
Yeah.
New blood, very much akin to new Coke.
Or blood
tastes about the same, too.
Or blood classic.
Over here... Not that he's going to matter much for our current playthrough.
No, not at all. Not at all of the dialogue about a area we're not going to.
Yeah. It's this lovely guy.
Oh.
Who refused to actually turn and look at me.
That's where his character model is, so... Yes. I think he hands you some fire paper.
Yeah, fire
actually,
paper
nice.
teaches you how to pray.
Yes.
He tells you more about the Healing Church and Bergenworth, which is a place of scholars.
Yeah. He doesn't really tell you too much about either of them because he doesn't know too much about either of them. He's mostly focused on Gainhurst.
Yes.
Which is an area where we sure as shit aren't gained to.
No, because it's much later in the game.
Yeah. In any case, he pulled that lever, which reveals the, to no surprise to anyone, secret stairway under the sarcophagus. Because that's how that works.
Tricked you. There are no secret doors in this game.
Really?
No.
I would kind of expect that in this game more than I would in Dark Souls.
No, their tricks are actually more subtle. And there's less of them. Gained a trophy for grabbing a blood gem.
There you go.
That guy. There you go.
Yeah, we'll be early on the first one.
Yeah.
On the night.
Yeah, like they're not bad at all if you only find one at a time. Like they're definitely a bit tougher than the generic, soldiery or generic townsfolk.
Yeah.
But they're not bad at all. Whoops.
Not that much fall damage.
No.
I don't think you... Yeah, that's that thing.
Yeah. Antidotes.
Okay, those are important.
Forewarning. No, that's just letter.
Yeah.
The Yarnum Tourism Board takes no responsibility for people getting poisoned.
Anecdotes. They certainly won't be useful for fighting the boss. By the way, they don't sell them, I don't think. No, they might actually sell them.
They do. After you beat him.
That's right. It's specifically from the badge from after beating him.
No, that's the way it came, or is that the way it go?
That is...
That's the way it came.
That's the way it came, yeah.
Turn around here for a second.
But yes, this is the only lantern for this entire area.
That is correct.
Fantastic.
There's where I knew there was a little side area here.
Yeah.
I don't recall there's anything in it, but I knew it was here. So yeah, this is the only lantern for this entire area, which is actually one of the larger areas.
Yeah. Town is long abandoned. Hunters not wanted here.
Too bad.
Push, push, push. Again, every door in this place sucks.
Yes.
This is also the first time you see... Actually, technically not the first time you see. You can see one of these
Yes.
back in the Cathedral Wharf actually did that. These are the Crystal Lizard equivalents.
Yeah.
They will drop useful stuff, or occasionally not. They will also lead you off ledges like this.
Yes. I think this is just a climb up.
This is a loop around. This is technically
A shortcut later.
a shortcut later on.
But I think right now it's just goes...
There is one thing that's over here that's of minor import, but not for us in any way, shape, or form.
So, who was the man who was screaming at us?
Jura?
Yes. He is one of the black powder hunters. So this entire area was pretty much the entire.
I read a little note about it in one of the buildings earlier. Basically, shit really got out of control. This is where the hunter torches.
Yes.
Shit really got out of control, so with Old Yarnum, they basically sealed the place up and lit everything on fire.
Yeah. Jorga.
DJURA. How do you feel like pronouncing it?
Jura?
I think it was Jura.
Yeah.
So Jura was one of the hunters in charge of doing that, and didn't do good things to him, really. Mainly. So
Yeah, this is a shortcut later.
yeah, that is a shortcut later. So Jura sits here basically guarding all of the townsfolk turns beast from hunters that would come here and slaughter everything in sight.
Yeah. He was not a fan of the whole let's just purge the entirety of Old Yarnum.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit extreme. But really, there's worse things going on than what's going on in Old Yarnum.
Went on in Old Yarnum. Really, nothing's going on in Old Yarnum except us walking around. And then, so you may want to go spend all your blood?
I'll be fine. I should be able to get all the way around to the...
Well, it's jumping. That's why I'm saying it.
Is this
So,
guy
if
in
it
fact
was-
a boss?
Huh?
Is this guy in fact a boss that
We,
we're trying to
we
get
can
to?
fight Jura. We don't have to.
Ah, okay.
It will involve Mackie dying several times.
Yes, almost certainly.
I was gonna say, because his boss immunity...
So there
only
is
has
something...
bosses.
Like, right now he's charging me as usual. Because this whole place was burned, these guys typically don't like fire.
So if you're holding a torch, they will just back off and occasionally lash out.
You could be an asshole and burn them to death. Oh yeah, that other little path down there got the Hunter's Torch, which functionally is the exact same as the regular torch. It has stat scaling off Arcane, which the other regular torch doesn't have any stat scaling. This barely matters. You're never actually using the torch for combat.
No.
Not unless you're doing some kind of gimmick run.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, you get theoretically a really high Arcane score and attempt to use the torch, but even then, even with having actual scaling, it's not great scaling.
These are also, by the way, some of the least dangerous enemies in the game. Probably.
They're not bad.
I mean, I find the actual, like, hunting parties in normal Yharnam to be more difficult.
Like, just because of numbers for the most part.
Yeah.
And they tend to all attack at once.
Yeah.
If you have a torch out, usually if you get attacked by a group of these guys, at least some of them will stop.
They also like to hide behind that fog stuff, because of course they do.
They do, yes.
Smoke.
Smoke.
Hey. Smoking it.
And this is it. So Jura's up there. Or Jura's up there.
Yes.
And he'll warn us here in a second. Yeah.
If I remember, it is...
What, the way to go down to get the thing?
Yes.
It's later on.
No, I mean, there's an actual jump to, like, right around the corner here. I remember making several attempts at it because they required jumping to actually get to the place where the rifle spear is.
Well, the place of the rifle spear is further along. It's technically down there.
Yeah. Yeah, this place is...
That there is the ledge where you hop off of.
Okay, yeah, I see it now. And I think there was a hop off up here or somewhere, but... So yeah, so I think,
Come on. There he goes.
Yep,
Oh.
He
Yeah.
warned you.
yep. So Jura is seen in a giant minigun thing.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah, can't survive that.
No. Slip off the bridge. Yeah, he's sitting in a big minigun thing and shoots at you. That's fine.
Yeah, you basically go through this stage.
Dodging gunfire.
Yeah, going in and out of his visibility, his line of sight, basically. Unlocking various shortcuts. Until you finally get to where Jura is, and then probably just ignore him.
Not even really unlocking various shortcuts. That's the more annoying part of it.
There's like one or two.
Don't care.
Should be noted, you don't actually have to kill much here, either. It is actually pretty easy to run past stuff.
See the good hunter lying there in the sun. All things to everyone.
Screw this. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the other way to get down here quickly, if you don't want to deal with all the...
Nonsense.
They call that the Arnhem Shuffle.
I believe there's a ton of them off to your left.
Well, so there's these
Yeah.
guys here. There's more that come down the stairs.
That's frenzy. Or poison, I forget which.
That's poison.
That's poison, that's right. Poison does what you think it would do.
Yeah. If your poison meter fills up, then you start taking poison damage. Yeah, that second swing's not great.
No, it isn't. So in order to deal with these guys, you want to summon a helicopter,
Yes.
a Hind D.
Ah,
Behind D.
an enemy behind.
You're behind.
Metal Gear. Ow. Stop it.
Psycho Bandit.
Heavy Bloodstone Shard. Depth
Yep.
Bloodstone. This thing, which isn't really important.
That treasure chest.
Treasure chest.
Yeah, right there. On
Can you
there, right there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if I remember, it's not important either. It's like, yeah,
Yes, Bloodstone.
but
No,
it's a treasure chest.
the important stuff from here is,
It should be noted that most treasure chests actually have something useful in them. Right there.
Are there mimics?
so this is the rifle spear. It will not go in place of this.
Yes.
No, I can't use it yet.
No, you need more.
I know our strength.
Strength. Oh,
Okay,
also
well,
strength part and all that.
we got there.
And no, there's not mimics.
Almost as important. No, there's no mimics in this game.
Red Moon hangs a little piece.
Left no choice. The bone at all the cinders. The other thing that's here is my new armor set.
Yes. A charred underguard, which is kind of neat, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I now have a cape.
Very, very tattered cape.
Oh god! Front. You can actually see here. You can't get back up.
There you go.
Silver Pulse.
Very good. Okay. This is right here.
Yes, it is right here, near the shortcut. And the
Well, the later shortcut.
hunter.
Yeah, he won't path down here though.
No, you won't. Those guys will, though. There he is.
Yeah.
So yes, that is a hunter mini-boss that hangs out in that area up there. Except he tethers literally right there.
Yeah, he doesn't really come down further down the stairs. I'd love to fight him, but the problem is there's a very slim area where you can fight him that Durja can't see you. And the rest of you can. He will absolutely fire his minigun at you while you're trying to fight this guy.
Oh, he's also just full of blood.
Yeah, he's a hunter.
He is a ton of hit points. Yeah, he is an NPC hunter, which usually means they're a pain in the ass to fight.
Yeah.
So the hunters sound like some sort of weird vice squad division where they're like trained to fight beasts and stuff, and they're like, man, you ever tried this stuff? Man, this stuff is good. Anybody else feel like becoming a werewolf?
Yeah, so we will come. Killing this guy is of no real consequence.
Other than he doesn't respawn.
Yes. For the most part, hunters don't respond.
Yeah.
Until the DLC.
Because they're like basic enemies in the first part of the DLC.
No healing for you. There we go.
There you go. And didn't die.
Yeah, this is like the very edge of the... You basically have a small corner right here where you can actually, semi-fight without him being able to see you up there.
Yes. So the actual thing that was... Bone Marrow Ash is legitimately useful, and there's only so much of it in the game. It is, from what I remember, a massive damage buff to your gun for one shot.
Yes.
Do you have to unlock it? Yeah, the shortcut next to him.
You can't unlock that shortcut yet.
Oh, that's right. You have to go around.
You unlock it from the bottom.
That's right.
Yeah, so he is up those stairs, or up that ladder.
Yeah.
So if I really wanted to try and fight him, I could. It's generally not worth the time. You can technically sneak up and get a hit that knocks him off the tower, as a means of basically one-shotting him.
Yeah.
But it's a bit of a pain.
Alternatively, if you kill another boss a bit later in the game and come back without going through the front. And aggroing him, you can befriend him.
Correct.
Which basically means you get most of what you get from fighting him and a unique emote that he gives you.
Huh.
Yeah, so there's a ton of enemies down there. Yeah, big old flesh beast.
That is impaled and hanging from there because they do that.
Yep.
And some awkward beams for Mackie to try not to fall off of.
The beam walk is easy enough.
It is, it's just slow.
Go away.
You're right, this needs some Silver Knight archers to shoot at you.
I forget, was it up here or
Dude
was
with
it
shotels.
down lower?
For the item, it's up here, I think.
Well,
The jump is over there, I think. No, it might be down? I don't know.
Well, it's the jump is over there.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But there's a thing you can cut down up here.
I don't see anything you can reach at the moment, so... Unless you feel like trying to shoot it. Free aiming. Good luck with that. I don't know, actually.
Is that the thing? It looks like it's tied onto the railing there.
What,
No,
that? That's just some
no,
debris.
that drops fire.
Oh.
And
Kills a
ruins
bunch.
most of the enemies down there. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, because that whole area down there is actually covered in oil as well.
Ah.
So now I should be able to slide off this.
Yep. And fail to make this jump.
Because this jump is fucking nonsense.
Also that.
Oh,
No,
I'll
he
make it.
actually did it.
Yeah.
And behold! A hat from the messengers.
Yes.
Oh.
No, that's fine. I have to come down here eventually.
Yeah. So some enemies will have red eyes.
These are tougher versions of rig runners.
Yep. Or sometimes just enemies that are just tough, period. Like red-eyed old hunters.
Yeah, there are also red-eyed hunters. Red-eyed hunters don't play.
No. It should be noted, there are no non-red-eyed old hunters. Every old hunter is basically a mini-boss.
It's also worth noting that when you get to the DLC, which has a number of red-eyed hunters in it, every red-eyed hunter in the DLC drops a weapon.
Yes. It is a way for them to basically front-load all of the hunter weapons
Yeah.
in the DLC. With the exception of like one or two. Well, 2 or 3
With
actually.
the exception of a couple, you don't get to the very end.
Yeah.
There are a couple of weapons you just literally do not get to the very end.
There's a couple you don't get to the very end. The bow blade, if you do the quest line, it takes to the very end, or you can just kill them.
Or you can just kill them early, yes.
Yeah.
Ah, 2 bloodstone stars. Technically different than a twin bloodstone star.
Yes.
For reasons.
Reasons.
So over here...
It's that shortcut we were talking
That's
about.
that shortcut Vince was mentioning earlier.
Thankfully, this is faster down than up.
Stay.
Yeah.
And it's probably not going to matter, because... So, that's kind of insurance in case Mackie screws up on the next part, but this is...
The next, 10 feet I have to go to get to the next one?
Yeah. There's actually a lot of enemies in the way, and some of them
There's werewolves.
Yeah. So if you don't take this with some amount of precaution, you're going to be, I don't know, jump by guys randomly out of the smoke.
So the question I have is, because those bodies are still smoldering, but they could be magically smoldering.
What's that?
How long ago did Yarnum go to shit versus when you're here? I mean, I know we're kind of working on a vague time.
I mean, these
frame
aren't...
here, but
I guess
Those are
technically-
some... I think those are just those are... Yeah, those are charred bodies that are still smoky. So...
It's best not think about it.
Yeah.
yeah, I can believe that that's some sort of weird eldritch magic that's just perpetually burning them due to sadness or sorrow, or insert magical horror thing here.
Time is kind of mildly screwed with because of what's going on the night of the hunt.
Man, they got real crunk.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a door for later.
And you say the night of the hunt. Does that mean there's just a certain time period or day where hunters just come in mass and clean up Yarnum?
There's always hunters. The night of the hunt is when this shit goes down, basically, and where everyone goes indoors and there's hunting parties out.
Ow.
Yeah, strictly speaking, not every day in Yarnum are the streets filled with all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this particular point, everything has pretty much hit the fan, and it's accumulation of all that's happened. Plus, there's eldritch nonsense going on in the background.
Yeah, but previously it used to be that it would happen every once in a while.
The hunts were a regular thing to basically purge all the beasts in town.
Yeah. So a lot of what's happening in the city, I think, is partially tied to also the Hunter's Dream, because it has its own motivations as well.
Every explanation just leads to more questions.
Yep.
That and we're starting to that, and once you get deep enough, you're starting to deal with the motivations of old gods, and the motivations of old gods are.
Well, yeah. Once you get to motivations of all gods, basically just basically just shrug and go, bleh.
Yeah.
There we go.
You start making the noise with your
Did
face.
not roll on that landing like I expected
Basically,
to.
yes. Yeah, sometimes you just don't stick the landing well.
Yeah.
Okay, so now to kill the guy who has your blood vials.
Something died.
Or blood echoes. Yes. That just happens. Not that guy.
No, these guys won't have it. It's going to be one of the dogs. Or one of the werewolves.
Yeah, that's true enough.
Can we let the band
You really know past this section, you don't actually need torch.
No. You don't even really need the torch here either.
No,
To be
but I mean,
100% serious.
there's none of those guys past here. I think it's all just werewolves.
Yeah, you have my blood. Speaking of, I should probably actually have this out.
You could probably just shoot through them.
I love the werewolves backing up right as the truck outside's backing up at the same time. Back that werewolf, badonka donk up.
Take my souls back, please.
Yes. This is the area where if you haven't learned how to fight werewolves already, you get to learn how to fight werewolves.
We either go for the parry or
Or you just dodge around and beat the shit out of them.
yeah.
Like this.
Dispose of blood. Like a monkey.
Yeah, because they're beast and the saw spear does for rated.
And the Saw Spear does like 5 attacks in a row without much issue. You just chew through their hit points.
You guys remember how I like to ambush you, right?
That was certainly an interesting animation.
Yes. He was partway through the door before it
More
started to
chatter,
break.
yes.
I don't know, we're dealing with old god blood.
Okay, and one more. Hold on, let me turn the camera the right way. Now remember, I like to ambush you, right? Hey, buddy. How you doing up there?
I saw what happened to the other guy. I'm just gonna stay up here.
He won't come down until you actually try and go over here.
Yeah, not far enough.
Blood Beast pellets are also one of those items that are fairly limited and can be fairly useful. Especially if you know how to play the game far better than we do.
Bloodburst parlor.
Because effectively it is a buff on yourself that stacks as you attack that both makes you do more damage and take more damage.
Oh, everybody.
Yeah, that guy.
Never done that.
He smacked you in the
I think
face.
that is literally the only enemy here.
Is it this one?
Other than the like Alco one, which is right there.
Hey.
But
Hey.
Grazed you across the tongue.
yeah.
Don't take such nonsense from him.
That's the thing. The hunter mob guys at least do enough damage to be life-threatening. These guys, not so much.
Yeah, when is most pros. Oh no, I got hit. Move on.
Yeah.
Hunters hit relatively hard. Bosses hit relatively hard.
Yeah.
Now, I can't guarantee I'm going to kill Bloodstar Beast in one go. Usually because I always forget to miss the tail for the grab and then he murders me.
Yes.
I'm assuming you're heading back to the lantern to
To spend
spend
blood before I go fight a
get
boss.
strength and
Yeah.
Yes, get
Possibly
a point of
cure.
strength.
Yeah, because I think he had like 9 strength.
Yep. I'm just going to pop all these right now.
And gain as many levels as possible.
Basically. So, side note, the boss we're about to go fight is entirely optional as well. You don't have to fight Bloodstar Beast.
You don't, although I do highly recommend it anyways.
There's an entire area you can't get to if you don't fight Bloodstar Beast.
Yeah.
Well, initially.
Yeah.
There's an area you go to later on in the game that you can go to earlier on and get a weapon, and there's another boss you can fight there, but you can't actually get there unless you do Bloodstar Beast first.
Yeah.
Actually, before I spend any
Oh, good hunter.
souls.
I'm gonna go upgrade the rifle spear.
If I have enough,
That or the Saw Spear. I don't know which one's going to be more useful in this fight, honestly. Probably the Saw Spear.
I mean, I have enough for both, actually.
Yeah. Well, it's a 2 at least. Yeah.
Yes.
And you can socket it as well.
Yep.
Because I believe that doesn't require... Well, you have this tool, actually.
Yeah, just requires tool.
Yes.
So, you have different sockets, different styles. There's star, there's crescent moons, there's triangles. They have different types of stats usually attached with them.
Yeah.
The number that you can actually socket is based on the level of the weapon.
Yeah. So currently you can only socket 2. Also, there's different shapes.
Yeah.
The third one he doesn't currently have any gems for, except that amulet that he has. He can break it, and it will be a universal gem, so it can go in any socket.
Oh.
Yeah, so like physical attack up 0.07%, 2.1 charge attack up, blunt attack up, which doesn't really matter because it doesn't have blunt damage, thrust,
And
strength scaling. So we're just going to dump that in here. And thrust attack up.
Yep.
Yeah, rifle steer is similar, except I don't have a triangle one and I may have a triangle. But, so for now, you can just have...
Lesser physical attack up, yeah.
So now that I can equip this thing.
Well, yeah, we
No, I have to
Yeah,
equip this thing.
You have not gone to spend points.
Look at my cape.
Emperor Shiv, the greatest Bloodborne player of all time.
Yep.
Very well. Let me.
So 8 points strength.
And a bunch more skill.
That worked out well. I have 24 blood echoes.
Yep.
Farewell, good.
So now we can do the rifle spear.
Yeah. So the rifle spear. It's a spear.
Yes.
It does spear stabby attacks.
Which is great if you're me and
Yeah.
practically no one else, but I just like spear attacks.
It's heavy as a big stab. So the real important thing about this.
So it basically transforms into a halberd, which shoots. The shooting is not important.
Yeah, which does big swipe attacks. It shoots like a blunderbuss does.
Yeah.
Kind of. This is the important part, though. Makes it very easy to get backstabs when you charge like 10 feet before actually
Doing
delivering
yeah.
your heavy attack.
Yeah, the long effective thrust range on that transformed weapon is
Yeah, it's worth grabbing it just to do backstabs on things.
yeah.
And also, there's a lot of enemies where you can just start your charge well out of their attack range,
Ah,
and then charge in and slam them with the heavy, which staggers them.
Yes.
So it can make some normal enemies that are normally a bit of a pain much easier to deal with because they never actually really get to attack.
Yeah. It's why I had no problem dealing with the area. When you get the area that actually has those executioners, that guy from earlier that you don't have to kill and doesn't really
Do
give you-
anything.
No.
Yeah. When you actually get to the area with them, I had no trouble dealing with them simply because I like spears anyways and was using the rifle spear.
I like spears.
I like gold.
As you can see, that second shortcut is far more useful than the first one.
Yep.
And then we walk down here and we kill that one guy in particular.
Nice leisurely walk, and we murder this guy.
he's dead.
We pause for a second. Okay.
Yep. And then werewolf number 1. As you can see, very difficult.
That's where the band Power Wolf comes from. They're just Yarnum natives. They are wolves and also inquisitors of the Catholic Church.
This guy who exists mainly to freak you out if you don't know any better.
Oh, Rocky. He's left the spear in him.
There is another wolf here, which is actually a red-eyed wolf, so he's slightly tougher than the other ones, but not really. The red-eyed werewolves do poison, which regular ones don't.
Yeah.
But
But other
besides-
than that, have the same attack pattern, therefore being easy.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're not that bad. And they're tough. You haven't fought them before and aren't really used to what they're doing because they're big. They do tend to move around quite a bit more, for the most part, than
Then a lot of the
regular enemies.
Yeah. At least the earlier ones.
But all in all, they're really not that bad.
Yes. This is one of those areas that they built in order to hide items in, just to screw a few.
Yeah, yeah. Like that's where you first come down to that big area where I had the beast and dropped the fire on things.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can see this whole area. You can see the burned out church right here, which is where we're actually headed.
Yes.
So if you're a bitch, you could summon someone here.
Yes. Only if you're a bitch.
That's why I go. No, okay. There he is. Yes, this is an area, as Vince said, where they hide stuff as well as enemies. There's not really anything all that important out here.
There's also not anything all that tough around here, so...
No.
That was technically a red eye, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's red-eyed regular enemies, like red-eyed version of the werewolves. For the normal enemies, red-eyed versions basically just have a little bit different stuff. Like the ones here cause poison
Yeah.
for red eyes, which non-red eyes don't. Red-Eyed Hunters are really the horrible things to run into. Yeah, so you don't really run into Red-Eyed Hunters until you're in the DLC. Because the DLC has Hunters as just regular enemies anyways. That respawn as normal like regular enemies do.
Oh.
But then has Red-Eyed Hunters, which are the unique ones that don't respawn and always drop their weapon when you kill them.
Yeah. Should we know that the DLC is basically meant to be fought at the end game, so if you go there early, you're probably going to have a bad time.
Alright, here we go.
Yep.
This is also one of the more horrifying bosses. At least conceptually.
Dun, 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 dun,
Which is why we're going to kill exclusively with pebbles.
I only have 15 pebbles.
I'm pretty sure it's the limit on pebbles.
This isn't like later. I think you actually have 99 pebbles. Yes, this is Bloodstarved Beast. As you'll see, it looks like he has a cape or something on. He's actually just flayed, so that's all the skin on his back.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Take a moment here to relearn the patterns this guy has.
Well, these are the basic patterns, so all of them are fairly simple. That's the charge.
Yeah.
Also, if you are new to this game, do actually increase your vitality. Unless you're me.
Don't be a Vince. A message from the Yarnum Board of Tourism. Come here. It's safe. We promise.
Yeah, the first phase is to lull you into his false sense of security.
Yes, he is a 3-phase boss.
Yes.
Oh, there's goop coming out of him.
Yeah, that's also partially why the first 2 phases lure into false sense of security.
Especially since beyond the first phase, you don't want to get hit.
That's very true.
Assuming a ton of poison.
Yep.
Yep. I think he's about to. Yeah.
No, yeah. Phase 2.
I think he has 1 or 2 new attacks, mainly his grab.
Some of his attacks change.
Yeah.
He gets extra swings in some of his attacks.
But most importantly, his hits will now actually start poisoning you.
Yes. Like, that's a much longer combo now.
Yeah.
That's the grab.
Yes, yes it is.
Also, since I have increased vitality enough, if he gets the grab, I'm probably dead.
You have an increased vitality, period. So, yes. I can attest, you're dead if he grabs you.
Yeah, the grab itself may not actually do enough damage to kill me, but the
poison
grab will basically fully poison you. And I won't have enough time to actually get... not quite in phase 3 yet? No, there
No,
we go.
that's phase 3. Okay, so here's where you kind of want to bury him.
So phase 3 is like the previous phases, except now he has a poison aura and does that.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, and like one hit almost.
And now you're
Like I said, poison aura.
Yeah. So staying near him will poison you at this point. Also, he's a lot more aggressive.
Yes. Let's jump! Move!
Yeah, he got caught on that.
I got combo.
Pillar.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, I can't guarantee a one-shot Bloodstarved Beast.
No. Phase 1 and 2, we both of us have played that one forever, so it's pretty rote. Phase 3 is actually where it's hectic.
So while we have the run back to the boss, another general Soulsborne question, or another Bloodborne question. So you have the option of taking all the blood tinge and making your bullets all nice and fancy.
Yeah.
Is ranged combat viable in this game, like it is in actual Dark Souls?
Ish.
Ish.
It's so parrying is very much viable, as you've seen.
Well, yeah.
Actually damaging and killing a boss, kind of. Basically,
Well, okay. Let me.
initially it's very hard. Once you get further in the game and you start actually getting like Evelyn, the actual good gun for doing damage, and you've enchanted it up a decent amount, and you have a good amount of blood tinge, then you can actually... It is possible to kill bosses. It's hard for a completely different reason. Mainly, you don't really have enough bullets to kill bosses.
So even if you have like the rifle spear and you've upgraded it a bunch and you have a bunch of blood tinge, you can't do respectable enough damage with like the blunderbuss.
The rifle spear and the blunderbuss are not using do kills
Do damage.
with, basically.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, it's also best not to really think of your gun as a ranged weapon.
Okay, so it is solely a thing to stun somebody in the face to the imperative.
It's
Kind
a
of.
projectile
Mostly.
shield.
I mean, I have actually shot a boss to death. It is doable. Very much because you can make blood... that's the issue, though. You have to basically make blood bullets, which means you're basically using your blood vials more as ammo and less as... Oh, yeah, I forgot he was there. He's like the easiest one, too. But yeah, you're using your blood vials more as ammo and less as actually healing.
Okay.
Now, because you're also using like a mid-range attack, it's a lot harder to get hit. It's why I could, on my first attempt on Amygdala on a whim, decided to shoot him to death, and that worked somehow.
Fighting horrors from beyond with a gun.
Where's my blood? It's usually pretty good. There it is. I'm
Yeah.
putting it back in the middle somewhere.
Thankfully, bosses never actually pick up your blood, because,
That would be bullshit.
yes.
Look, he's obviously had the good stuff. He doesn't need whatever he drained out of your dead carcass.
Actually, he does. He's a Bloodstar Beast. By definition.
Well, most bosses don't.
Ow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that can still happen.
we got the ghoulie grab.
Wait, I want to go on that one. I just want to dodge backwards on that attack.
Yeah.
You've been grabbed by the ghoulies.
Yeah, oddly enough, now that you do it, I remember the fact that actually having that extended was better on this boss.
It's so you can actually. So if he does the big sweepy attack, you dodge backwards because he runs around a bit afterwards, so you can better hit him after he's out of it with it extended. But
Yeah.
yeah, you don't actually want to dodge towards him like that
Yeah.
because he ends up super far away from you.
And will sometimes break camera lock, which is... that's a great one if you parry it, and terrible if you don't. Yeah. Oddly enough, the parrying is easier, I think, in Phase 3. Phase 2.
Yeah.
Phase 2. He has not washed his hands.
Nope.
He's got gross hands.
Yeah, he does. He also does the big claw less often once he's in this phase. Ow.
Ooh.
Gotcha on the backswing.
Should also be noted that slow poison does not wear off all that quickly.
It's slow poison.
Or the build up for it, rather. It is quick enough if you don't like get hit anytime soon.
Camera, please. Camera.
Blood.
Yeah, that's why I actually keep it extended the whole fight, actually. And I... Yeah, there's a giant arc on that last one.
Yeah. Actually, it's more of a holdover against Ludwig at this point. On Liberty, you usually dodge into the left.
Ah,
But dodge into the left means I get hit by the backswing on that attack.
yes.
That's jump.
Yeah. Now, the jump is actually really easy to avoid. You just have to not be standing still like an idiot. And just
Alright, so now he hasn't washed his hands. He's just been touching himself all over on that flayed part. That's not good.
yeah.
He's just grody all over. You don't want to.
Now, the build-up's not that fast, so you can still melee him to death. But you do have to be careful about it.
Let him do his thing.
Yep.
Handsome stranger go about his
He also
business.
moves a lot more.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, like that's he's gonna do his poison thing.
Yeah.
Let him do it.
Now, one thing actually having a good blood tinge is good for is finishing off bosses like this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, when he gets to his third form, you can just...
No, got the grab.
Yeah, yeah.
That fight's over.
Yeah. But yeah, when you get to the third form, if you actually do enough damage with your bullets, you can try and push through it.
Plow him down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there is viable tactics with shooting, and if you're insane, you can try and shoot every boss to death.
We probably got about enough time for one more try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be good next time. I'm basically just relearning his tactics because it's usually you guys are fucking pain.
Yeah.
Like after doing Old Hunters, the DLC, Gascoigne, who is usually one of the tougher fights people run into, it just isn't as bad because you fight so many fucking hunters in that DLC.
Yeah. That you start learning quasi PvP tactics, sort of.
Effectively. I'm running low on blood vials, but
It's not as important for this fight. Don't actually spend that many blood vials in this fight, it's just you don't get them refreshed either. And in doing blood vial farming because that'd be fucking boring.
yeah, what's the fun in that?
Yeah.
We are ostensibly offering entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah, that is technically the other thing, Weldy. If you want to do quote ranged combat, you don't necessarily have to use a gun.
No, there is the bow blade.
Well, there's also the spells.
There is also the spells.
There are spells in this game?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now, mind you,
Hence
there,
why arcane is a stat.
now, your mana is your bullets.
Yep, they do spend bullets.
But I'm assuming you get a lot more bang for your buck, so to speak, from magic than you do from...
Yes, and if you actually invest in arcane, sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming you put the requisite points into stuff.
Yeah, like
I mean, they're both viable, so... bullets are mostly straightforward with the exception of the occasional little quirky weapon, like the minigun.
like the cannon or the minigun.
Yeah. But, arcane, there's, I think it was the gloves that do, like,
Yep,
the three skull thing.
Executioner glove.
Yeah, the Executioner gloves, which is basically a really good damage spell.
Ah, okay. So they're basically, like, there's basically like trinkets from Dark Souls. Like a poppet or a severed hand or something.
Yeah, except they cast spells and...
Yeah, they have a
can't
magic
use
spell
them.
tied to them. They don't boost magic spells like they did in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
So were you going for the jump from that far back?
He doesn't jump with his face. He just does the run and attack. It's phase 2 when he starts doing the jumping grab.
Ah, super killer.
Yeah, by the way, his positioning for the jump and his positioning for just standing there like an idiot are
Are
basically
very
the same.
similar.
Yeah. They're not completely identical. He's slightly wider stance when he's doing the jump.
Yes. He kind of squares up and actually stops for a second, which is how you can tell he's about to do the jump.
Yeah.
Yes. That was not what I wanted to do.
No, it is not. Your next hit, he's probably going to transition to the next phase. Yeah, you can't parry that. Well, you can. It's just the timing is nonsense. There you go.
There.
And now wail on him because he's going to do his transition animation. No, wait.
No, he's not. He's being an asshole.
There it is. So yeah, you have some time if you can predict his transition.
No! Bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was nonsense.
That was complete
Well,
nonsense.
since that only took 4 minutes, we can probably get one more.
So it's relatively quick getting back to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
That was horseshit.
Yeah.
Souls. Insert image format of your choice here.
Bloodborne, for the most part, is usually pretty good about the dodging, sort of like running into walls and shit.
Yeah, and Bloodborne's hitboxes are not the bullshit that you get from Dark Souls 1 and 2 mainly. They actually are fairly tight.
Well, I think Dark Souls 1 and 2, they were still trying to figure out their engine. They knew the
yes.
kind of gameplay they wanted to do, but their engine was all over the place.
Yeah, well, again, Souls as a genre is very much in its infancy. So a lot of what has been, or a lot of what was a lot of the initial concepts and ideas are experimental. And
Yeah, there were a lot of things that they threw into Dark Souls 1 and 2, which were interesting concepts, but weren't really developed fully.
yeah, 3 is pretty.
Range combat.
3 is very much a refinement of 1 and 2, and a bit of a bit of Bloodborne's influence on top of it. But there's no actual innovation in it because it's ultimately still a Souls game. So it's very much what you expect from, or is literally a Dark Souls game. So it is very much what you expect from a Dark Souls.
There, over there. There you are. No, not quite.
Whereas other games in the genre, while probably not as good, the Surge is a lot more innovative when it comes to the actual formula. And it's
Yeah.
interesting for that.
Like, again, it is a janky game.
Yeah.
Probably not what I would have paid $60 for, but I got it for like $19.99 on sale. That was a fantastic price for it. I felt like
Yeah.
I got more than my money's worth out of.
No, me too. I mean, yeah, it absolutely would not have actually been worth a full, like, AAA retail price, but at $20 it's fine.
Yeah. I think even if I had paid like $30 for it, I would have been satisfied. Especially getting the DLC with it.
Yeah.
But so the Surge did do a lot of stuff to innovate and take a lot of the headache away from it. Including a theoretically... It kind of married the Bloodborne and Dark Souls healing, where you could build an energy build, where as long as you were being aggressive and building up energy, you could just have infinite heals.
Yes, which was also pretty interesting on that one.
Yeah. I really liked that build.
My favorite innovations so far in the genre in general has actually been in Death's Gambit, however. I very much like how...
Yeah, indies are kind of taking off and running with the Souls formula and refining a lot of the super rough edges out of it.
Yeah. But Death's Gambit is basically the game I wanted Salt and Sanctuary to be. I also like the fact they realized, yeah, you don't really have to have that punishing to death mechanic.
Yeah.
The punishing death mechanic is wholly actually unnecessary.
And, in fact, if you don't feel like it, just pay and we'll do the corpse retrieval for you.
Yeah. It's also nice having a game for once realize you don't have to make me drop all my currency. As a matter of fact, not dropping all my currency makes it better.
Yeah.
By a lot.
I don't know, the thing I liked most about Death's Gambit was that it still did the same thing, like you're having this solo journey through weird, messed up landscapes where something terrible's happened, but you had more interaction. It's much more of a personal thing, story-wise.
You mean you were actually a character?
Yes.
Yes. You're actually a character, and there's a story happening around you, and it's a
no,
reasonably easy one to understand.
There's not just a story happening around you, there's a story happening to you.
Yes.
You are not just some
Yeah, you
random...
are actually part of the story.
Yeah. No, Dusty Gambit does a lot to advance, gain storytelling into this genre, which is actually not easy.
So that slow raise of the gun slaps your hand away.
Yeah.
I ain't having it.
I am admittedly also more used to the blunderbuss than the pistol.
Yeah, the pistol you do actually have to be. He does have to be in front of you. It has a longer range, however, but
The longer range versus narrower spread for parry.
yes, that's essentially the difference.
I want to build them already.
Yeah, it is.
Hang out a bit.
Yeah.
Fortunately, his aura doesn't seem to extend too far. You kind of have to be rubbing up on him for
Yeah.
the relief.
You basically have to be trying to damage him.
You gotta be bathing in that goo.
Yeah.
That hat is gonna smell awful. I'm gonna have to burn it. I'm gonna have to burn the coat.
He's out. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Ah, that sucked.
Whoop!
All right, I don't have.
You're about to die.
I'm good. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
I want to get rid of poison.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Another good thing Bloodborne does, ties the healing to a specific button rather
Yeah.
than making an inventory item.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Too far.
That was a great time to throw it at him, except you missed.
I don't want to be back here.
Oh, yeah,
I'm dead.
there you go. Well,
Yeah.
that's this stream because
Yeah, and on that bombshell.
because 0 blood vials makes this fight extremely hard.
Well, thank you all for joining us for another Tuesday night Sound Goblin stream. Please tune in next Tuesday, around 7 p.m. Pacific-ish, where we're going to be playing something. I still haven't actually decided yet what's going to happen for Garbage Night. But come check us out. As always, I've been Bograt, or Josh.
I've been Emperor Shiv, the best Soulsborne player in the world.
I've been Vincent, and as you can tell, that isn't true.
And I've been Dan, or the Krampus, and citations are still needed for that claim.
All right, have a good one, everyone.